All right, good morning, everybody. If you can hear me and if the mic sounds good audio-wise, hit that number 1, please. Hello, hello, hello. Is anybody? Okay, there we go. Greg, Brian, Crazy, Kevin. You're not crazy, Kevin. I'm just the guy before you's name was Crazy. So Crazy, and then Kevin, Trucking, Hoover, Kyle. Okay, very good, very good. Hey, Random Hero. All right, very quickly, for those of you that watch us in the archive, first off, thank you much. But to be very transparent and very blunt about things, if you want to continue to have something to watch in the archive, then you got to help support the stream, as this is totally viewer supported. And the way you can do that is to use code CLAY, all caps, with any of these prop firms I recommend. I love Take Profit Trader. I think they're the king of the business. But as far as wherever you're at in your journey, like I said, any of these prop firms, by using code CLAY, that'll give you whatever the current promotion is. So yes, code CLAY opens the door to whatever promotion is being advertised. That's what code CLAY will get you, again, all caps. So I appreciate your consideration. And for those of you that have used code CLAY, seriously, thank you. It does make a very big difference. All right. Looks like we are all good to go. All right, everybody. Well, good morning. It is Wednesday. Yeah, today's Wednesday, April 22nd. The year is 2026. And we need to talk. I have an update. I have an 11 a.m. Eastern update. So, yeah. Somebody remind me. It's been a while. It's been about 2.5 weeks. Hint, hint, wink, wink. It's been about 2.5 weeks since we've needed to do 11 a.m. Eastern update. But we do need to do an 11 a.m. Eastern update. And I'm doing it at 11 a.m. just because, technically speaking, you're all on my good side. You're all actually showing up early with me. But also, to be fair, I said that this would start at 11 a.m. So if somebody shows up and say, hey, Clay, how's your day? And I'm like, well, you should have been here on time. They're like, but I was on time. I was here at 11 a.m. They'd actually have a legitimate point. So we need to wait till 11 a.m. And then that way we can refer people back to that point. But yes, we need to talk. We need to have a little conversation. But how are all your days? Today, I don't even know. Like, today is once again, yeah. I guess, I don't know. Is it easy? Is it hard? I don't know. Let me know your thought. Are you liking this price action? Do you despise it? Let's do this instead. I need a little bit more. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with that trend line. Just go with that. I could draw one across the top here. And yes, I am talking to myself a little bit here. Yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on that trend line here moving forward. KRT loves it. Okay. You've been green. Tough up to chart, chop fast, but managed to be green so far. I sit here and think whenever way. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm about to tell you that water is wet and grass is green, but the market spent a lot of time just going straight up today, so that was interesting to kind of watch and to be a part of. But don't really mind it. It's in between for me. Gotcha. Like I said, I'm not going to sit here and say this is bad action. It's for me, but the world doesn't revolve around me. So just because it's bad for me doesn't mean that you may. Somebody said KRT, I think, was like, I love this action. I'm jealous of them. You passed 3 TPT. Nice job, Nathan. Just got a flip. Blew my cheap account screen on the TPT. Well, that's good. I passed my Apex account. Use code. Thank you, KRT, for using code CLAY. And congrats on passing. Krager's up 125. Corey is green. So we finally got a little bit of consolidation, but yeah, I mean, it was, I think, yeah, you can better see it probably over on the 5 minute. But yeah, for a while, it was just, I mean, the market forgot what red was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 40 minutes straight, the market's like, what's red? What's a red candle on the 5 minute? 40 minutes straight. Went through the whole, what's a red candle? Never heard of her. Green Day just got back from break. Didn't feel like chasing. Good for you. Well, I really hope we're not going to enter into some sideways range here. But I suppose if we do, just trade the range, brother. So we'll keep an eye on that. Okay, I got to get rid of this line too. Too many yellow lines right now. There we go. So we will see if this thing wants to make a push upwards. And if it does, I would be interested in potentially a short up around that upward trend line right there. If it wants to pull back, potentially a long down there. Keyword being potentially. I'm not committing to anything either way quite yet. Gold. Although the thing with gold is it's making a lot of movement, don't get me wrong, but also when you look over here at the y-axis, this distance between these two numbers is only 2. So, I mean, it's still moving, but I don't really consider it gold or the precious metal, or at least gold. I don't really consider it super volatile unless the distance between these two numbers is like 5. But right now at 2, so yes, we've had some bigger movements here, and they have been big, but again, as far as just how volatile, nothing too crazy. And then same with oil. When the distance here is 20 cents, it's like, yeah, it's moving, but I wouldn't call anything like this necessarily super volatile out there. Hey, Alex, good to see you. $90 down to, so as of now, we got to kind of just, or at least me, when I say we, I mean me and the voices in my mind, because I realize all of you are independent thinkers, which is what I love. You guys know I love me an independent thinker. You guys also know that I don't, and I will say we in the sense of me and the chat, the culture we're building around here, we don't jive too well with the lazy thinkers. We'll put it that way. Hey, Nero, good morning. But right now, yeah, I mean, this, please. If it wants to stay with some sort of range like this, fine. But if we could avoid like this much of a, like this tight little range, if we could avoid that, yeah, that'd be great. Okay. So this is, please, not that. That was the worst X I've ever, there we go. Yeah, the lip flappers, don't get along too well with them either. Which, man, we had a doozy on that front yesterday. I did not put a lot of brain power into it, so don't hear what I'm not saying. But I did put a little additional extra. And I came to the conclusion, I think that was the same person. Or maybe same couple of people. Like, that was just too coincidental. But maybe I'm also just coping and just trying to make myself not going crazy. But anyways, all right. Maybe a long down around this yellow line here. And remind me again, at 11 a.m., we need to talk. We're having a conversation at 11 a.m. All right. I don't know. Do I just, if it dumps? Yeah, I better wait for some form of confirmation. So it has bounced from this yellow line a few times before. Well, hopefully it's obvious. That does not mean that for sure guaranteed it will bounce again, but I don't think I'm crazy to think that it could potentially want to bounce from here. Also, if you have been here before and you know you're going to enjoy, hit that like button. If you're brand new and you've never been here before, welcome. Fantastic to have you, but I understand from your point of view, yeah, no need to hit the like button because you have no idea if you're actually going to enjoy. But many of you have reminded me constantly, Clay, I enjoy it, but I am a dent. I always forget to hit the like button, so you got to remind. Well, here is your reminder. Please hit that like button. Clay, what do you think about crude light being up 2% from yesterday, but USO is staying flat? I don't know. Good question, Eric. I have no idea. There are so many just shoulder shrugs in this market. Like even today, I saw Iran is saying that they took 2 ships, but like oil didn't really do anything. The markets didn't really do anything. Well, the markets have been going up. So markets are going up even though Iran is saying that they've taken 2 ships. So I don't know. It goes along with what I've been saying for the past week and a half, and I'm not saying this is right, but this is my thought. There are just so many unknowns that I don't know. I think it's almost like the market has reached the point of just saying, you know what, I'm done. I'm done. I don't care anymore. We're going up. I don't care anymore. That's what it seems like out there. Like the market is over the drama. The market's like, nope, I'm sick of it. Well, I don't have any more time for that. Like the market, the stop loss on drama has been hit and the market no longer cares. The market has cut the trade on the drama and we're just going back to, because if you were to tell me, so if you blindfolded me and said, okay, Clay, here's the status. Iran has now fired on a couple ships and now they've captured a couple ships, or at least that's what they're claiming. If you would have told me that, and if you would have said, you know, the ceasefire, and I saw something about the ceasefire only going to be in a few days, so the ceasefire now is very limited. Iran is now talking about they're going to be cutting cable cords, blah, blah, blah. I would be like, okay. Yeah, oil's probably up quite a bit. Markets, I'm assuming, not necessarily crashing, but it's probably seen some red. And then I'd open my eyes and be like, oh, the market's up 300 points. Oh, oil is, you know, only up 3%. Which, I mean, it's still up, don't get me wrong, but not even close to being up over 100. So I don't know. So, Eric, I have no idea. And I don't think anybody... So that is actually what you told me about is like, yeah, oil's up 2%. I would have thought oil would be up way more than 2%. So, yeah, I don't know about anything. Totally discounted all. That's what I mean, Frank. I think the market has just reached the point of saying, I don't care. Like, I literally, it does not care about the drama. That's the only thing that in my mind makes sense. Because the market does not know what to believe. Trump says something, and then Iran's like, no. And then Iran says something, Trump's like, so it's just, there's no better way to summarize this than Jerry Springer. And I don't know how old you have to be to get that reference, but like this, we're just in a Jerry Springer market, and it's almost like the market is sick of saying, Jerry, and they're like, no, we're done. We done. Yeah, Eric, yep. Agreed. Is that by baby? Is that by baby? Huh? Is that by, I think we got a typo. I remember Mari too. He was the guy that always did the paternity test, right? You know what? Doggone it. I'm disclaimer here. I am hindsight trading, so I have full confirmation bias. But you guys did hear me say, I don't know, do I just buy the yellow line? Look at that, the power of charts. Right off that yellow line I drew. But that also goes to show just because you draw lines on a chart, it does take more than that. You actually have to execute the trade. Which is why the people on Twitter that are constantly posting all these annotated charts and their charts look like Picasso works of art. And it's like, yeah, that doesn't actually do anything though. Because I mean, I drew a cool line and look, my line was like spot on. It bounced right off that yellow line. But notice I didn't make any money from it because I didn't execute the trade. So unfortunately, trading is not just like mapping out a line and then seeing if that line is right. You actually have to execute the trade and manage the trade well too. So I wish it would just be all about drawing lines. Clay, I call them chartists. Well, I mean, we're all kind of chartists in a sense because we're all using charts. Well, I don't know about all. Let me take a step back. I think the majority of people in the chat here are technical traders, aka they're chart traders. Therefore, I think they're chartists. So, I mean, I would say I'm also a chartist, but we may have different definitions of chartist, as in they are artists. Gotcha. Well, I mean, we are artists in a sense, right? We're looking at these matrix-looking like things and trying to make decisions off them. Is Google coin flip technical? Is Google? If this is a joke, I'm not getting the joke. Maybe there's a typo in there, but I'm not quite sure what you're saying. Is Google coin flip technical? When you paint so much on the chart, it's yeah. Some people do definitely turn it way more into an art than others. I'd certainly agree with that. But at the end of the day, it's not about the lines and where you draw the line and blah, blah, blah. And in a sick and twisted way, I'm kind of glad that happened because that perfectly illustrates what I'm talking about right now. It's a simulated coin joke. That's how I take. Oh, sorry. Yeah, your humor. No, no, not now. I get you. Now I get you. I never thought you were hating. I was just saying, well, I was curious on how you define chartist. But yeah, I see what you're saying. So the white line here is the high of the day. So I'm thinking, I don't know, does it break right here? Maybe even if we just concede this is the top of a channel and it's going to get rejected right there. If it breaks right here, is that at least scalp worthy up to there? I don't know. Yeah. Cheers, Andrew. I don't really want, because it's almost 11 and then we need to talk. Okay, it is 11. So we will refer people to, when people ask, hey, Clay, how was your day? I'll send them back to the 16-minute mark, because that will be exactly where they can find. So we are almost at 16. All right, so my day, it's okay, good and bad news type of thing, but the streak is over. Almost 2.5 weeks where I did not cook any accounts. I've had no losing trades, and I'll explain what I mean by a losing trade in a second. But I have not had any losing trades until today. So I had a losing trade, aka I cooked an account, and it just... So right here, came up, started a pullback. Actually, no. Okay, that's right. So I bought thinking that there was going to be a breakout, and there was a breakout. And I could have had a scalpy scalp, but I had more faith in the breakout. And then it pulled back, and I'm like, okay, let me just build. So that was a bad trade, because it was supposed to be a breakout trade, and if it doesn't break out, okay, you were wrong. But no, it broke out. I did not scalpy scalp, and then I was like, let me build up a little bit more. And you can see in any of these situations, that thought process would have worked. Okay, fake breakout, let me build a little bit more. There we go. Oh, fake breakout, let me build a little bit more. There we go. But on this one, no, it dumped and it cooked the account. And then, of course, came back up. So that account was cooked. That was a losing trade. Now, what do I mean by I have not had any losing trades for the past... okay, we're back down at that level right here. But I'm going to keep going real quick. What do I mean by we have not had any losing trades? Well, let's just think about a trade. If you were to take your own money, right? You have your own money and you're having a trade. A responsible trade is going to have an entry, obviously. And then keyword being irresponsible is going to have a stop loss, because that's where the risk management comes into play. And the stop loss is just whatever amount you will lose out of pocket if you are wrong about that trade, right? So if you take a trade and you're like, okay, my stop loss means if I get stopped out, I'm going to be out $200, $300, $400, whatever it is, right? Okay, well, that is your actual risk on the trade. How much money are you going to be losing out of your pocket, out of your account, if you are wrong? So with that premise in mind, this is how I view prop firm trading and why I love prop firm trading. I look at each account as a trade itself. So we have a 25K trade, we have a 50K trade, we have a 75K, etc. So on a 50K trade, for example, if that was you would have gone and you would have paid $102. With code Clay, you get the 40% off, so $102. So that's what you paid, aka that's what's at risk. So I look at that as my actual stop loss. My stop loss on a 50K trade is $102. Now, if you go out there and you lose the $2,000, that is a rule violation, because you got to be able to manage risk within the the account itself. Now, if you lose $2,000 though, do you actually lose $2,000 out of your pocket? You don't. You just lose the account. But because you only paid $102 for the account, that's how much you actually lose out of your pocket. Therefore, your stop loss has been hit. Your account is gone. It's been a losing trade. How much did that losing trade cost you? Well, whatever you paid for that account, which was $102. So in other words, it's been two and a half weeks since the last account that I cooked, the last account that I roasted. But the way that I'm not saying this is how you have to think about prop firms, but the way I view prop firms, that's why I say finally had a losing trade. 2.5 weeks before a losing trade, and it just showed up. So that is where, to me, this makes a whole lot of sense, because I come from, I've been trading for almost 20 years now, where, okay, I used to trade Tesla. If you pick up 300 shares of Tesla and you put, a dollar stop loss, which is not a whole lot for Tesla, because Tesla can be very volatile. Well, if I'm wrong, that's literally $300 out of my pocket. That's $300 out of my account. So when I look at this, I'm like, oh, 102, that's nothing for a stop loss, right? Even on the other end, 150K trade, that stop loss is 216, right? Because if you blow that account, how would you blow that account? Well, if you lose 4,500, they will take the account away from you. and giving you pay 216, that is how much you would lose. AKA, that's why I look at that number as the stop loss itself. So that is how I view prop firms. Each account is a trade. What is the stop loss associated with that trade? Well, whatever you paid for that account, because ultimately that is the amount that's at risk of coming out of your pocket. I don't know if that makes sense, but there we go. So yes, I had my first losing trade in 2.5 weeks today. The good news, though, is that it was not on a racehorse. It was not on a racehorse, so it certainly could have been worse. And the other good news is, if you were here over 2.5 weeks ago, well, like on the days where I had a losing trade, I'd have multiple losing trades. AK, I would cook multiple accounts like in the same morning. But it was just one losing trade, one cooked account. So I'm happy with that. But that is how my day went. For those wondering, there we go. The streak of no losing trades is over. But yeah, we do have you got to think a lot. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this trend line here. I don't know if this is really relevant anymore. But you got to think a lot of people, and I'm about to hop on the bandwagon here, right there. You got to think a lot of people are watching this level as potential breakout point, myself included. So yeah, bad trade on my part. I got dumped on, but it doesn't matter. Because had I just taken the stop, that dump would have been like, okay, oh well. It would have felt really good of, man, I'm glad I took that stop. But no, I did not stop. I changed my trade plan into a position building one. And yeah, the mark was like, oh, you chose poorly. Hey, Edward. Welcome. How often do you pay? Every day when I have a pro account. Because with Take Profit Trader, you can take payouts every day. So so how often? Whenever they're available. Maybe that's another way I can put it. Because I am on team. If I am owed 47 cents, I am taking 47 cents. Now, that's not to say that you shouldn't build buffer. But for me, I don't build buffer. I just take anything that is available to me as a payout. And as we've said before, I think a good question. All right, this could be a short. So I need to get a little bit. So I can put a very basic stop here. So I might be looking for a short, see if this thing finally does want to drop down through. Okay, or not, or it wants to bounce again. Whoa, hey, oh, what time is it? Okay, we are at the... Do I buy the breakout of the trend line? Are we about to go? I don't know. I don't like these spiky moves because in some ways, it seems like it could just as quickly spike right back down. In this market, these spikes oftentimes return right back to where they were. Did you, Mark? Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, it was still a bad trade, but those other instances showed me I would have been okay. Okay, a bit of a fake breakout. Okay, let me add a little bit more for the next line up. And it did do that a few times, and then one of those were, okay, when I finally get in, it decided not to do it. And not only did it decide not to do it, it decided to dump. But still, it was all my fault. Bad trade. What was I talking about? Oh, the payout thing. So here's how you determine, I don't know, should I build buffer or take a payout? It's really just a question of how bad does it get when tilt shows up. So for example, yeah, I could build a buffer of $2,000, but I know that if I go on tilt, I can tilt pretty bad. And I know $2,000 is not going to save me. And so not only will I cook the account, I'll cook through that buffer, and I'll also, so ultimately I'm losing $2,000 that I could have had paid to me. Now, if you're somebody that's like, no, Clay, I go on tilt because I'm human, but like my tilts aren't excessive. I'm very good. I have a great strategy of getting tilt under control and making sure it doesn't spin out of control. Well, then for you, I don't know. Yeah, maybe you do build buffer. Maybe that buffer is a way for you to help keep that control. Mods, Songu, ban him. Ban him. We got a scammer. Let's see what mod's going to get him. What mod? Open season on Sung. Who got him? Brian got him, looks like. All right. Oh, Kyle got him. But anyways, so how often do I take payouts? As often as they're available. And with Take Profit Trader, in theory, because you can take payouts every day once you get to the pro account and then above the buffer, I've had weeks where I take 5 payouts in a row. Just because, and I'm not saying that necessarily means they're all $10,000 payouts. I'm just saying based on how the system is set up and based on my model. Like I said, if I'm 47, I'm being a little, like if I was 47 cents, I probably wouldn't take that payout. So I'm being a little hyperbolic to illustrate the point. But so same guy was in another trader stream. Yeah. Seems like just the bot. So did get a breakout that was worthy, I would assume, for scalpers. Right now, those that want more of a breakout are sitting on pins and needles a little bit. I did say that, Southpaw. You're right. I did say that. Thank you for the reminder. Actually, how are you not a mod, Southpaw? You have been, okay, well, Southpaw is being promoted. He has been a stand and true. So, Southpaw, welcome to the squad. Please go quit your job. Show up, say, I've accepted a new job. It was kind of forced upon me. And the pay is way better. This guy pays me in either hugs or stale Twinkies. So there we go. Southpaw, welcome aboard. Again, please do not ban people unless I give the open green light. But if you see something outrageous, yeah, go ahead and delete it. But welcome aboard. I expect you to report every morning at 5 a.m. and you are here until 11 p.m. And again, no, it's not Twinkies. They're stale Twinkies. There's a big difference. All right, maybe I'm kind of interested in a short down here because this is still potentially just the top of a range up here, which we have not broken through. So wondering if it comes up here, gets rejected, and comes back down, is this kind of the clue that will go down here and at least retest the bottom of the range? Yeah, Southpaw, I've been meaning to add you a long time ago. It's just one of those things where sometimes I see a name, I'm like, wait, how is there not a shield by that person's name? I know you will be, Southpaw. That's why you're a mod. Those that you know what? I don't think, well, no, we've had one mod that I had to demod. But besides that, I got a pretty good track record so far of choosing people to be mods that are indeed trustworthy. Okay. Looking to see if this is a short. Want to see if it wants to come back down first. Oh, yeah, Krager, you should be one too. You're a tried and true from the... He's also from the private community. So the people from the private community are ones that are essentially no-brainers. So there you go, Krager. Same to you. Wow, Gary, that name does, yes. I was thinking, I think it was a woman. I can't remember her name. But yes, Gary, that's pretty impressive. You have a good history of the mods around here. Ooh, is this a back test and go of the breakout? All right, stale Twinkies it is. Look at that. Is this going to be the back test and go? I'm going to take a swing at it. Let's see if it is going to be a back test and... Come on. Come on, give me that hammer candle. Come on. I'll take that little scalp to start the stream off right. Get a little confidence, get a little wind in my sails. Hey, Johnny P. I've had my 15th payout now over, and to have been over. I had my 15th payout now over and to have been over. I'm not quite sure what you're saying. Congrats on your 15th payout. Oh, look at that beautiful back test and boop. Maybe Scalpy Scalp was a very, very poor decision, but that's all right. Gold is looking kind of... Oh, my goodness. You have to, like, for real. You've got to think that literally everybody and their brother's uncle. What was that? What was that, Tradovate? What? No, just let me draw my trend line, brother. Like, look at, I mean, you've got, like, everybody's got that trend line, right? Like, how do people not have that trend line in place? So this is one of these possible, will we get the self-fulfilling prophecy where if it breaks, it'll just go down just because it's supposed to go down just because everybody's, I don't know. Or is that so obvious that it actually doesn't work? But oh my goodness, that is a trend line of trend lines right there. I had listened to Walang song in my head. Did we have a song about Walang? I don't remember. Sorry, I have made 15 payouts now with TPT and over 10 have been just... there we go. Well, good job, Johnny. Congrats. All right, somebody, if you don't mind, try to keep an eye on gold. Well, if the price gets down to that trend line. Been using a code Clay. Well, thank you, Johnny P. I appreciate it. You're feeding... It's going to a good cause. You're feeding some hungry children. Code Clay, all caps. Feed hungry kids. I have my rule. Okay, I'm not in violation of the rule. I have a rule. I can only make 3 annotations before some of them got to go. So there we go. So right now, what I'm trying to also convey in my mind is I am considering that as we could still just be in a sideways range. So yes, we got that trend line break. Yes, it's seemingly looking like it wants to break out. But if you agree with this sideways range, then I would say that I think the quote-unquote true breakout is it's got to get up through this range right here. But that's where the nuance comes into play. Because maybe you're like, no, Clay, I don't believe this is a range. So my quote-unquote true breakout already happened of the trend line right there. Now we're just seeing if it can get more continuation. But that's one thing where as somebody that is kind of more so thinking this might be a range, yeah, the breakout was nice. Yeah, I made some money on it. But we're still in that range. Hey, thank you, Franklin. You should on Tradeify. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Gold broke trend. Oh, no! That quick. No! Would I have taken it? I don't know. Yes, in hindsight, of course, I want to just be like, oh, yeah, I would have taken that. And I think there's a chance I would have, but can I say for sure? In my heart of hearts, if I'm being brutally honest, I don't know. Maybe I would have, but either way, doggone it. Well, there it was. Did anybody take that? Give me a 2 if you actually took that short on gold, because you were watching it. Hey, Timbo, that's a great attitude to have. Be like Timbo. You did, Glock? Good job. So does that mean oil is going up right now, or is oil just kind of, yeah, okay. I don't know if that's necessarily the correlation. If oil goes up, that means gold goes down. Oh, my goodness. Do I try the double bottom? I better not. I mean, there's some logic there because it could be a double bottom, but that might be more of me just forcing a trade because I'm a little irritated that I missed that. Yeah, I better, if anything, maybe a back test somewhere. Let's see, there could be. I'll look for a short right there. With the idea, it's broken down, will we get some sort of like back test and go type thing? Now, if this thing V-shapes and comes straight back up, well, then I'll be staring at a losing trade. Sherry did too? Good. Well, at least 2 people made money on the short side from that trend line. Still keep an eye over on MNQ. Still within that range that I drew. It is knocking on the door, potentially maybe wanting to break up through there. Okay, I am in. Almost. All right, I got a partial. I wanted 5. I got 4. Couple of targets there. So, like I said, if this thing is just going to go straight back up, well, then it is what it is. Okay, let's make sure this is a... so this will be a winning trade now. Because my stop loss is in front of my entry. So this will be a green trade. Let's just... Okay, there we go. So got my first target hit. Why don't we go for down here? Why not? Why not? Let's see if it wants to make its way down there. So again, my stop loss is in front of the entry, so this will be a green trade. Now just a question of how big of a green trade, because I do not know the future. I have no idea how far down this thing might want to go. But it may not want to go down any further, and if it doesn't, then okay, it'll be a small green trade. But I want to give it a chance. But I also want a green trade. That's why my stop is very tight, because I do want to give it a chance, but I also want a green trade. So I'm well aware that I'm running the risk right now where it comes up here, stops me out, and then dumps. But that is the risk I have to be okay with if I want to make sure this is a green trade. Oil is very jumpy, so I should probably throw one down here. Not that I'm expecting it to just skyrocket down there, but in the event it all of a sudden wants to make a spike down, I'll be ready for it. Gold. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I was like, oh, Glock's going long. He's fading me. But no, he's not getting long until down there. So I hope you get filled. Please, fill Glock. He wants to get long down here. Please, fill him, market. Do it. Glock's a nice guy. MNQ is actually up through that range. No, come back down. No! And I am stopped out. All right. So, yes. $23. Had I just scalped out, it would have been bigger. But like I said, I wanted to give it a chance. But here's the risk that I'm running, where it comes, like I described. Did it just kick me out of the trade, and now is it going to dump? If so, well, that's what happens. I'm seeing price action I don't like. All right, so there is that sideways channel, and it's up through it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. Things are getting a little sloppy. Yeah, I still don't think oil's necessarily. Yeah, so just right up here, the white line here is the high of the day. So you can see that as of now, that's kind of where oil is finding resistance right up there. I don't know. Gold seems to be just making a little bit more sense to me right now. Oh, no, you dirty, dirty dog. Well, that was the cost of me requiring a green trade. To be fair, my next target would still not have been hit. It was down here, but it's looking like it's got a good chance of getting hit. Okay. Like I said, on oil, the white line on any of the charts represents the high of the day. And I think this is all-time highs too. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is all-time highs also, which is wild. All the Jerry Springer market we're in right now, and yet today we're putting in higher highs. And there is a new higher high. I'm going to try a short here, though, thinking maybe a double top fake breakout. Okay, I'm short. Come on. Hit me. Thank you. Okay, so this will be a green trade. My stop is at break even. Come on down. Hit that next one. Hit that next one, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. You're a good man, brother. You're a good man. All right, top of the channel. Take one off down there just in case it decides to bounce off the top of that channel. So my risk right now is I'm basically making 3 points. Reward unknown. So I like these situations where my risk is I'm making money. Now, do I think I actually just nailed the double top and this thing's going to reverse and crash? No. I'd never expect that. If it happened, I'll be ready for it. But that's not exactly what I was expecting. So there we go. A little bit of a fake breakout, double top, whatever you want to call it. Because it was a double top, and then it did break through the resistance. So it looked like a breakout, but I was like, I think this is still a double top. It's just a fake breakout of the double top. I'm sure there is way more cooler terminology I could have used to describe what I just did there, but that's what I like to call I played a fake breakout. I know. I don't sound too smart. I know. I'm sure there's some cool abbreviations that I could be using and a bunch of other terminology that makes me sound super smart. But given I'm a dented baboon, I'm just going to go ahead and call that a fake breakout. You are a very... sometimes. Sometimes I'm a human being. I try my best to be disciplined. And yeah, I think for the most part I am. But I'm also a human. Well, I'm a baboon, but I'm a human baboon. Anyways. But I appreciate it. But yes, I do my best, but I have my flaws. The only flaw I do not have is in my looks. I know my looks are flawless, but looks and trading behavior are two different things. Hey, JP. No, the glasses, believe it or not, are not for my eyesight. Well, I guess in a weird... No, not because I need glasses for like normal glasses. This is for like blue light glasses. I noticed a few years ago, I just started to get like random like headaches and migraine and just like that. I think my wife was like, I don't know, your monitors, those 4K, whatever, those things are bright, maybe. And I was like, well, I have heard of the blue light, and I know that's a real thing. So anyways, long story short, I got a pair of these, and it has made a huge difference. When I started off the live stream, I usually would just start off without the glasses, because I was like, I don't know if I want to look like that. But then I'd start to feel it. I'm like, oh, okay, let me put them on, and then it'd be okay. But now I'm like, who cares? If I look like a Goomba, then I look like a Goomba. Yeah, they help. They have made a big difference. Hey, I'm new to trading. What would you recommend for me to learn how to trade properly? Charts. Assuming you want to be a day trader, I use charts. And all charts means is like all the stuff you see right here. And if you want to get into day trading, then I would say day trading futures through a prop firm is by far the most efficient way, especially as a beginner. Because you will do dumb things as a beginner, and I'd rather have a dumb thing cost you $100 as opposed to $1,000 or more. And that's the prop firm's power. Prop firms... Their true power, yes, copy trading is great. Yes, the leverage is great, but their true power is their ability to reduce consequences. The t-shirt and gym shorts guy worrying about what it... Well, I don't really care about... I just meant like the glasses, like... I don't know if they would be distracting. Because I know there's like a reflection off of them. But many of you told me like, yeah, Clay, as beautiful as you are, I don't really look at you too much. Usually I'm watching the chart anyways. Which does hurt my feelings. I always assumed everybody was staring at me. Nobody's even looking at the chart. But apparently I got that wrong. But yes, I really don't care. Let me put it this way. I love going to Walmart, okay? Whoa, hey, okay. Let's bucket up, button down. Okay. Now, I want to be tempted to say, oh, what was the news? But a couple things. One, volume down here, nothing crazy. Number two, this was still, as big as that looks, that was still You know, pretty much only a 30-point move. Don't get me wrong. 30 points is a good chunk. But 2 weeks ago, this sort of price movement here would have been what? Minimum 80 points? Hello, Clay. Use your code. First time learning to trade futures this... Wait, what? Well, first off, Dean, thank you for using the code, but I thought for some reason you've always bet in futures. I didn't realize you just made the move. Exactly, Greg. That's exactly what it was. That reminds me of I already forgot the guy's name. Was that Mr. E? Been trading stocks. Okay, Dean. Well, hey, welcome to futures. I will let me know your thoughts after you get some trades under your belt. Now, to be fair, we're in well, it's like this for the stock and options market too. But yeah, we are in very goofy times right now. But yeah, Mr. E cracked me up. Hedge funds control the game, but yet they're managing risk at the same time. And I'm like, do you not see the contradiction in that? Anyways, those are always my favorites. Watching somebody try to talk their way around a logical contradiction always makes me chuckle. Well, as of now, the white line is behaving as resistance. I would still argue that this area here is still the resistance. I realize the price did go up above it a couple times. But remember, resistances, supports, they're not exact levels. There is a range element associated with it. So I would still say the price, never really violated this range. Well, when does the range violation actually start? I don't know. I do not have a hard line number. But the point is, just because a price goes like a point above a support or a point below, a resistance or a point above resistance, it's still within the range. Clay, do you always trade micro? No. These are my NQ trades on the day. This is MNQ, and then that was gold, MGC. But I've never been a great afternoon trader, but I have learned that you guys on the live stream like to see live trades, so that's how I kind of find a middle ground. People like to see trades during a time where I'm live streaming, where I'm not. I've never had that great of success, so how can I manage risk? The micros can help me with that. Clay, what is your trading style? The KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. I like candlesticks. I like some moving averages. I like the VWAP. I like some trend lines. Volume profile is pretty nice. But I don't have any cool sounding terms or anything like that. So my trading style is what I would call the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid, because I am stupid. Pretty much done for the day, just hanging out. Nice job, JP. All right, a lot of upper shadows up here, so we'll see if we can get more of a pullback. Yeah, price action is kind of, to me, price action and volume are kind of important. I sold a bunch of stock this morning to take advantage of those gains. Ooh, Glock pulling some out. I have not looked at my investments in a while. I would assume they've recovered. How come you stay away from the Russell? Well, how come you stay away from the NASDAQ? I promise I'm answering your question by asking you this question. Okay, well, how come you stay away from orange juice futures? Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, what is the story on Avis? Two hedge funds own the entire float or something like that. Orange juice is too liquid. I mean, if you want, I'm trying to help you out. I think that was a joke, but like, yeah, there are probably a lot of squeezes in orange juice contracts. Oh boy, here come the puns. Yeah, 5 minute, we're just kind of putzing around. All these upper shadows do represent sellers. So the sellers, as of now, are up here. If they stay up here, though, that's the question. Yeah, that was pretty punny. I'm pretty ashamed of myself. Maybe Kyle is finally rubbing off on me. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Go. Where'd it go? Right there. Okay, we had this secondary. Okay, this is totally, by the way, hindsight annotations on my part. So this is not that. This is not should not be impressive to you, but that is essentially what happened there. We had another well-defined trend line that's just broken through. So I wonder, should I try another back test and go? Does that mean oil's heading back up again? Ooh, maybe that's the correlation right now in the markets. If you think oil is about to go up, maybe that might be the time to put on a gold short. Yeah, look at that. All right, I'll go ahead and get rid of this. I know. The oil pumping one is becoming quickly very overused. I even was using it. Which is kind of funny, though, because pumping is actually like a normal term anyways. So now it's coming across like people are using it because it's a pun on oil, but it's like, well, no, everybody's already said pumping anyways. I always love when I'm trying to help somebody out and then they just leave mid-conversation. Like I'm trying to, all right, stop loss, let's have a conversation. And then he just disappears. Streaming webinars are the weirdest things ever. I mean, can you let's put this in a real life context. Me and Stop Loss Bandit, where it's real life. We're having a conversation. I ask him a question, and then like he just turns his back and leaves. Or like I guess it would technically be me and maybe I look one direction for a second and I look back and he's just gone. Oh, I love it. I love it. There's nothing better than when somebody leaves mid-conversation. It's fantastic. It's so productive, brothers. Live streaming is just, it's crazy. It's crazy. That would still be I'm sure somebody's done it, but like that would actually be kind of a funny skit. Like, what if live streaming were real life? Or what if like virtual webinars were real life? People show up like 20 minutes late. Hey, how's everybody doing? Like imagine doing that in real life. You show up to a meeting 20 minutes late, and then you like announce to everybody, hey, good to see everybody. Like, it's just weird. Or like you show up just very late, and then you ask a question that's probably been answered 4,000 times, but you still ask it. Hey, Clay, how's your day going? You know, it's just weird. I think that would be a good YouTube video skit. I feel like I mean, it's hard in some ways, but it's the fun counterbalances it. But yes, I am quite brain dead when these things are over because, yeah, to talk, to try to goof around, to try to think for myself, to try to not look like I mean, I realize I fail at not looking like an idiot, but hey, JP. You better watch it. Thermal viscosity breakdown. Dude, I have not heard the word viscosity since like 7th grade physics or chemistry class. Crazy. That is a great word, by the way, and gold still is just dropping. Your P&L is green. Chill. Okay. Here we go. This is okay. This is why you're going in timeout. First off, you gaslit. I am chill. I am totally chill. So you're going to go in timeout and chill for a while. Second, yes, this is green, but go back and if you were here on time, then you would know that I'm technically, I mean, I am green, but I'm not like totally green because there may or may not have been a cooked account previously. So don't tell me, hey, you're green, chill. Because now I'm not chilled. So I realize the irony in all this. But the quickest way to my heart and the quickest way to the timeout room is to gaslight and then speak out of context. Which, again, has proven my point about why live streaming is bonkers. Imagine showing up to a meeting late and then gaslighting the person hosting the meeting and then making a comment that is actually not true, but you don't know that because you were late to the meeting. But you show up late to gaslight the instructor and then to say something that's not true because you were late to the meeting. Like, it would be a hilarious skit. It would be so funny. I think it would be funny. Again, Bandit, because I only put you in timeout, so I think you can still listen. Go back to the 16-minute mark, and you'll gain the context very quick of how you're green, bro. And he didn't even say, what's B-R-E-H, bruh? Is that the new way they're saying it now? Not even bro? It used to be this. I've noticed the evolution. It's gone from bro to bra, which is kind of weird, to bruh, and then he spelled it this way. Is this the newest? Is this the newest iteration? B-R-E-H, bruh? So it's not bro, it's not bra, it's not bruh, it's breh? Is that where the young kids are now saying it? I'm trying to keep up with the spelling of bruh or bro. It's crazy. Oh, I have seen that too. B-R-U-V. It's too, I can't keep up. I'm too old and crusty. It was, yeah, that's true. I forgot with that little evolution. I forgot just start with brother. So brother went to bro, yeah. Bruv is UK for bro. Okay, good grief. Now I got to keep up with international things. I'm just a simple man. Like, how do you say bruv? Am I saying it right? Bruv? It's crazy. Crazy. Now I realize when I'm talking about the price, I'm saying my own version of it. So I say all this. I realize I'm in complete hypocrite mode right now, but I'm gonna continue to be in hypocrite mode about this one, bro. Green Day in the casino. Well, I mean, if you think this place is a casino, you're doing something wrong. That is, I don't know. We all have our pet peeves. That is one of my pet peeves. When people equate, and again, it's a pet peeve. It's petty. I get it. But like when people, tie the markets together with the casino, it drives me nuts. Because then people think like it actually is like straight up gambling. Like we're all sitting here at a slot machine. Again, I know I'm being petty, hence it being a pet peeve. All right, we got a bit of a pullback here. I know it was a joke, you dented baboon. Hence me displaying it's a pet peeve. Even as a joke, it's a pet peeve. Joke or not, it's still a pet peeve. It is petty. That's why it's a pet peeve. I realize I'm being petty. I think that's why they're called pet peeves, right? For a while, I always thought it was like, oh, so I have like a pet? Like, these are all my pets. Like, I have little Billy the snake over here and really, Laura the lizard over there. But I think it's called a pet peeve because you're being petty in that regard. I think. But maybe it is supposed... Okay, I can't talk right now. We're getting a potential pullback here. I mean, we're getting a potential entry. The pullback's already happened. My pet peeve is pet peeves. My pet peeve is people named Kevco JMO08. Oh, what a coincidence. Oh my goodness. What are the odds? All right, I'm going to try a long right here. I lied. Where's that? That's at 58. Let's get down to 58. This is more so based on the 5-minute time frame. On the 5-minute down here is the 21 EMA. But I don't know. Maybe this is the actual buy. The 50 SMA on the 2-minute. We'll see. Can somebody research that? What is the... where does the term pet peeve come from? Is pet short for petty? A petty peeve. That actually makes good sense. I think. Because a peeve is a complaint. So if you're being petty about it, that's what it's got to be. That's what it's got to be. It's got to be pet is short for petty. Sounds good. I'm glad you're having a good year. Some would call them blessings. Others would say this year has been filled with whatever the reversing of a blessing is. A curse, I guess. Originated from the 1910s as pet, referring to a favorite. Oh, and peeve meaning annoyance. Oh, a favorite annoyance. Interesting. Well, I think mine is a little bit better explanation, because if you think about it, like, people's pet peeves are they don't actually matter, so they're very petty. But interested, there's people favorite annoyances, huh? Well, there we go. I just learned something. Gold leveling out here a little bit. Popularized by Frank King's Chicago Tribune comic strip, The Little Pet Peeve. Interesting. So house update. We're actually now getting interior walls. So now, I mean, like, for me, I don't have a hugely visual mind in the sense of, like, 3D spaces. But I could actually start to see the rooms. They're starting to get the second floor joist up. It's supposed to be another beautiful day here in Iowa, so they should get another full day in, but met with the tile guy. So much tile. So many choices. All I keep thinking about is those of you. So it was funny. One of you mentioned how, like, at the end of your process, like, you guys were just like, I'm done. I don't care. Just do whatever. Like, you ran into decision fatigue. I don't know if that person's here right now. But then the tile guy, super nice guy. He gave us a story. He's like, yeah, so I had to do this bathroom, and it was like one of the last rooms of the project. And pretty much the lady was like, listen, I don't care. I trust your judgment. You do, here are the colors. You do what you think pattern-wise or whatever is going to make this place look good. I don't care anymore. And I was like, oh, man, that's not the first time I've heard that. That story checks out. Too many choices that kept me from ever building. I mean, yeah, it's a real thing. There are a lot of choices. Especially when my wife was essentially the architect and interior designer. She was like the kid in school that would, like, sit there and, like, her doodles were like, well, let's do some house plans. Okay, here we go. Maybe a short. I'm going to try it. Short, and then just stop up here. So it either comes up here and rejects again like it's done several times before, or it's going to stop me out. Very simple premise. Like I said, it has rejected me, or not rejected me, but rejected the price several times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's see. Seventh time also a charm? Come on. Come on, history. Just repeat for the 7th time here. Give me that 7th repeat of history, brother. Will it repeat history for the 7th time? I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 7. Yeah, we're coming to the end of the cabinets. But then 2 days ago, the cabinet guy's like, okay, you got the faces figured out. What do you want the inside to look like? And my wife is like, oh, all right. And then, yeah, there will be the hardware. But choices upon choices upon choices. Yeah, hit that like button if you don't mind. If you're enjoying in any way, shape, or form, hitting that like button, it does help. It does make a difference. We've had nothing but... Uh-oh. Yeah, we didn't... We actually have our appliances picked out because that was part of the cabinets. Like, okay, well, I need to know what stove and fridge and blah, blah, blah. So as we designed the cabinets... So that kind of forced us to figure those out. So yeah, we got those figured out a couple months ago, but that did not go with Whirlpool. So do you have the secret slide out spice rack? Well, if I told you, it would no longer be a secret, would it? So why would I tell you if I have a secret slide out spice rack? You dented baboon. Hey, Clay, where's your top secret bunker at? Huh? Yeah, we got Speed Queen. Yeah, we have Speed Queen here. My sisters, yeah, a couple of her sisters and then her parents, they've had a Speed Queen. So yeah, we have a Speed Queen here, and we'll also have a Speed Queen at the new one. We are Team Speed Queen for sure. Freaking Todd Lewis wants to come steal my spices. What a scumbag. Where's your secret spice rack at? Do you have one? Oh, you do? Where's it at? I'm going to break into your house. Who cares about the copper piping? I want that oregano. That scrap metal? No. Hand me that paprika, boy. Those nails over there, which apparently are very expensive. I just got another invoice for all these nail spikes. No. I need that salt and pepper. Dang, it's just a joke, Todd. He hasn't responded since. Good grief, I'm just giving you a hard time. I think he resigned his modhood. I'm just joshing with you, brother. Secret spice rack is in my bunker. You are a wise man. Dibs on the cinnamon. What's your lazy Susan situation? I don't know. That's out of my department. You'll have to talk to the interior designer on that one. I just trust the process. I trust the interior designer, aka my wife, because my mind does not work like that. I'm more of like, just let me go play outside. Wars were started over less than spice. That's true. It's true. All right, good. Todd's still here. Well, you know what? Some days you'll learn something new about your mods. Today I just learned that one of my mods is apparently a spice thief. So that's weird. Dude's probably at Walmart right now with a pocket full of cayenne pepper. Hopefully it's his back pockets. Well, I don't know. Okay, I don't know if that would make a difference. Back pocket or front pocket with cayenne pepper. Yeah, I think both of those are poor choices. That's true. He who controls the spice. Seems like your green streak is going, Clay. You films of greatness. I would encourage you to check out the 16-minute mark of this stream. I have an update for you. Market openers wild kind of spice brand is next level for Kinder. I think I've had Kinder, yeah. All right, I'm thinking of a long here now. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. This thing is just got a nice hammer right here. We'll try a long. Oh, no. I want more than one. 5. Yeah, let's go down to there. Okay, looking to get long at the green line. Am I being stupid? I might be being stupid. This is a beautiful hammer here. Maybe I should just be hopping along here. It's so hard to find the 16-minute. Is it really? Is it hard to find it? Or does Jimbo need to be thrown in timeout because he's already trolling? No! So it's so obvious now. So obvious in hindsight. Man, yeah. Gold is just having a rough day. You say you saw a nice hammer. Was it the red or the green one you were thinking? This one right here. That is the hammer to which I called a nice hammer. That this also was a nice hammer. Dang. I'm trying to find a deceptive hammer, though, because I don't want people to think, oh, wow, trading's just... There's another nice hammer. There's another... Okay, where's a bad hammer at? Okay, right here. Yeah, okay, here. Here's a bad hammer. Hammer, bounce, dump. So please do not think that, oh, so I just have to go around the market and find hammer candles. Don't get me wrong, that's not a terrible part of a strategy, but it's going to be a little bit more than that. Hey, rookie. Thank you, you're taking payouts, brother. That is music to my ear. Thank you. And congrats. Good job. I would have just lost my mind. Like, I would have just unloaded on you if you had come back and said, yeah, I cooked the accounts again before taking a payout. So thank you. Thank you for just taking the freaking payout. Now, if you want to build buffer again, fine. But thank you, brother. Thank you for just taking the money and thank you, brother. What VWAP setting? I don't know. Where's VWAP at? I think it's down here. There you go. Those are my settings. I was thinking of a short up here, and I guess maybe it kind of sort of still makes sense, but I don't know. This consolidation is making me think it's more likely to break than not. I mean, that depends on you, Kano. We kind of talked about this earlier, but I mean, how bad does it get for tilt? Like, for me, if I have $3,000 buffer, if I go on tilt really bad, that $3,000 is not going to save me. So I might as well just take the $3,000 that's owed. So there's no black or white reason, but I think that's the question to kind of kick off what would be best for you, just you in general. When I go on tilt, how bad does it get? I think that question will lead you to whether or not you should build buffer or if you should just take the money and run. And everybody's different, right? Some people, I mean, we all go on tilt. But the degrees of tilt, how bad does a tilt get, is going to, some people are way better at reining in tilt than others. I could definitely get better in that category. I'm not going to say I'm the worst. I have some... it's really bad when, like, you're sitting there and, to make this make sense, which in, like, the platform world, and you're like, man, I just reset, like, 5 pro accounts. I'm like, wow. That is a tilt beyond any sort of tilt that I would ever go on. So that's what I mean by degrees of tilt. Those people go on tilt way, way more intensely than I do. I mean, I'll cook several accounts, don't get me wrong. I think my record is now 4. But none of them, like, I refuse. I mean, that's why I do the racehorse model. So this general area once again did hold, but like I said, for me, my entry was up here, so I would have never gotten filled. If I go on tilt, I just trade on test accounts. I don't touch my pro accounts for the day. Yeah, that's good stuff, Dance. So it sounds like you have a more of a controlled tilt. Whereas a really, really good person would not even trade. Test accounts or not, they would just not trade. But that is one nice thing about prop firms is if you're just going on tilt and you demand to trade, well, just do it on a test account. That way you're at least still making progress towards something. But if you continue to blow up, at least it's not like a pro account or something like that. Whoa, 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 whoa. I mean, is it relaxed or do you know that you're on tilt, but like you just have a very good skill of just telling yourself, no, this is not actually tilt. Think a different thumbnail would help get more viewers. You should try changing it. Oh man, it's been a while since somebody showed up trying to. So let me. Are you interested in making me one? I mean, if you want to make me one, Gone Infinity, go for it. But I have a sneaky suspicion that you may be wanting to sell me a thumbnail. If I'm wrong, then you can make me one. I don't. My only promise I'll make you is I'll take a look at it, but I don't promise that I'll use it. I'm going to try a long down here. It has bounced from here a couple times before. It does not mean it'll bounce again, but I think there's a chance. I do not like how it's now hesitating right above that area. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the simplicity of my thumbnail. In some weird ways, I almost understand. Well, this is my business thesis. Maybe I'm wrong. But in some ways, I wonder if the simplicity of it makes it stand out. It'd be like, no, you're definitely not making it stand out. And that could very well be right. But that's business, right? You come up with your own business ideas, and you kind of got to see some of them are not always good. So that is kind of my logic behind my thumbnail is I get it. It's very simple. But is the simplicity of it actually making it stand out? Well, thank you, game. I would say any books on psychology. And it doesn't even have to be about trading psychology. Just psychology books. Like, the more you understand the human mind, the more you're like, holy smokes. Holy smokes, yeah. Like, confirmation bias is not unique to trading. Confirmation bias is just psychology. But, like, confirmation bias in trading, oh my goodness. So I would just say any book regarding psychology. More so probably behavioral psychology to narrow it down even more. Because I do understand psychology is very broad. But behavioral psychology type stuff, any of those books. Yeah, that's it too. Like that's kind of the brand too. Like good or bad, it is very recognizable to return viewers. Yeah, that's it kind of too. All right, well, welcome back, Mess Og. So what are you gonna do new? What are you doing different this time? So if you're back, you probably had a rough journey the first time, which is fine. So what are you doing different this time though? Uh-oh. I work as a therapist, then got burned out. Now I'm a now I'm a degenerate. Well, as long as you're a degenerate, okay, as long as you can afford to be a degenerate, I guess that's fine. Like if you have a great net worth and you're like, Clay, I'm just here to be fun. I'm just here to have fun. I'm here because I don't have to hop into a plane and fly to Las Vegas. So I'm just here to seek out the adrenaline. Then, okay, fine. Yeah, Timbo. Yeah, exactly. Read Timbo's message. That's good stuff there. Just made a new rule to myself, not to... Oh, okay. Yes, position size matters a whole lot. Oh, great. I did not... That was not supposed to be that sort of like... I can see... Oh, so size... That I promise. I was not even trying to do that. But like literally, in trading, position size matters a whole lot. You don't even trade, Johnny? I mean, that makes sense that you're here to just look at me. I get it. All right, on this one, I'm going to try the short again. This seems strong, but I'm almost wondering, is this some sort of overextended move? Like this move has started here with basically no breath. So right here, can it take at least a little bit of a breath that might allow me to get a trade? But if this is a true breakout, well, I'm about to have a losing trade here. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah. So right here, let's see if it can reject off here. 7th time. Maybe 8th time if we want to count that high. Okay, here we go. Maybe. No! Get back up there. And then you can go back down. So I am in politician mode. I am Team Bulls. But as soon as I get filled, I'm going to be a sleazebag. I'm going to flip-flop. And I'm going to be Team Bears so fast, your head will spin. You do not need to, no. The code Clay is still applied and all the deals and perks that come with it on a reset, Trader Alex. So thank you for checking. I appreciate that. But no, you're good to just reset it. Oh my, oh, look at gold 5 minute right off the 21 EMA. I'll try a short at 20. Oh, so you're looking for a fake breakout. I think yeah, you know what? I'll join you on that. I'll take a swing at you. You think fake breakout? I'll do that. I'll join. It's not a bad idea, especially now with this consolidation. I'll join you. I don't know what your stop's looking like, but I'm only going to risk 5 points on it. Doggone it. See? This is why trading's hard. I was right. Broadly speaking, it came up to the top of this range and rolled back over. But broad thoughts don't make you money. Because my nuance thought of, okay, I got my broad thought, but my nuance, where do I want to get filled at? And I got that one wrong. All right, I'm going to cancel that one out there too for now. They're not that bad, they're not that good, they're a little of both, they say. We may be minor league, but at least we're triple A. Anybody know that song? That's a song of my childhood, one of my favorites. We don't care about the pennant much, we just like to see the boys hit it deep. There's nothing like a view from the... Attaboy, JP, you're a true American. JP is a true American. I know it? Well, then prove it, Jason. Unless you're saying that's what the name of it is I know it. Never heard it? You're missing out on life. You got Alabama cheap sheet. Cheap seats. Newbie, 16-minute time frame. Stop being greedy and thinking I'm going to rehash what I already hashed. 16-minute mark. All your answers will be, all your questions will be answered. You haven't heard of it either? Oh my goodness, you guys are missing out. Alabama, cheap seats. We like our dogs with mustard and relish. We got a great pitcher, what's his name? Well, we can't even spell it. We don't worry about the pennant much. We just like to see the boys hit it deep. There's nothing like a view from the... How did that get in my head? I don't know. Oh my goodness, this action is just Monka-esque. Yeah. I might have to bring back some Aladdin. Blue 2 evals this morning. Yeah, I lost the horse this morning too. Glock, you better watch it. I'm on my third now and in the green. Good job, Dash. Can you sing solo? I mean, I can. When it comes to singing, it's more a question of what can I do. All right, I am getting very, very antsy and annoyed and wanting to put on a trade. I think this might be a good trade, but it might come back to bite me. This line here has held support, and then it does break, but Bamba. Bamba makes me think he's been here before. I don't recognize the name. But if you've been here before under a new name or another old name that I bet... No, I don't think so. He's just a very talkative fella. Again, we could put that into the skit too. About if live streaming were real life. Like imagine somebody that nobody knows shows up into a room and is like, yo! Like you would never do that in real life. Like you would, you know... Well, I guess I don't think people would do that. Hey, Niraj. But hey, Bamba. Yeah, I changed the name. Oh, who did you used to be? Okay, here we go. I think with a long. I would do that. Yeah, how many drinks in? No, we only have the one timeout, and I think that timeout's over. Because there was only a 30-minute one. We'll see if he... I don't know, he may never come back. I don't know. Okay, I'm long. Come on, hit that first target. So close. Come on, there we go. Thank you, brother. All right, I'm going to make sure that this is a winning trade, so my stop loss is now in green territory. Just in case this thing wants to put another couple of targets out there, just in case it comes up. There we go. Thank you, brother. Crap, I hate when this happens. I can't click off it because I got the annotation right there. I am Punjab? What does that mean? Like I've heard that before, but is that like you're saying like I say I'm American? Is that like how somebody from India says they're from India is saying I'm a Punjab? What happened? Okay. Got another one out. That's good. That's good. Put my stop up here now. Put my next target at these highs right here. So yeah, worst case now, my risk on this one is making 8 points. Reward unknown, because I don't know how high this will want to go. So I like these spots. Risk, making 8 points. Now, will it get up here? I don't know, because we have this very stubborn area of resistances, but let's see. What are the pirate flags about? Gold, hey, Gold Futures Live. It's been, I think you've been here before. Pretty sure I recognize that name. So does that mean you're buying there, Gold Futures Live, or what are you doing with that information? Interesting data. Appreciate it. So what are you doing with that data though? Okay, now my risk is making 11 points. So I like it. Risk, making 11 points. Reward, unknown, because I don't know how high this might want to go. You again. Huh? No, unusual big buy order sitting there on NQ. So you're not going to do it. So like you're not going to buy at the order or anything like that? A friendly hello. I'm trying to think. I did not know that was a way to say hello. To say you again. And I'm about to be stopped, and I'm stopped. Okay. Well, once again, this dirty rat area up here was resistance. Or generally speaking. Gonna break day high? I have no idea. Just shows bullishness. Right, so that's what I'm asking. So something is showing bullishness. Does that mean you're getting long then? I think I have to buy the break of that yellow line. Well, I don't know. That's the question. Even if I buy the break of the yellow line, technically speaking, it hasn't cleared through these points either. So, like, is it you buy the break of the white line because it's cleared through all of this? Or is that going to be too late? I don't know. I mean, Gold Futures Live. I understand that for you, but like, I mean, surely you don't think you speak for literally every strategy out there, brother. That's kind of a crazy thing. Like you're literally telling every single strategy in the world that it's best to cover. That's kind of crazy. Again, I'm not refuting that for you and for your strategy. You should do that, but like to make that proclamation that everybody, it'd be best for everybody. Dang. At this point, there has to be upside. Well, no. Famous last words. This has to pull back, right? Looking on the 5-minute. This move started here. Okay, this has to pull. Okay, no, now it's really got to pull back. No, it's really got to pull back. No, it's really got to pull back, right? Nothing has to happen, brother. And I've been there, by the way. I've been in the this has to happen camp before, and it can be a painful place to be. And once again, this area up here is just doing work. The problem is, it's not like it's a sloppy level. It's not like it's super, super well. Now, generally speaking, the top of the range is well defined. I mean, it's easy to just see that. But like when it comes to where is it actually going to stop, I guess right there. Is that more so? But either way, all right. We are now potentially looking to play, if this is some sort of bottom of the range down here. I'm going to take a swing at it, folks. No. I want more than one. So buy, and I'll put my stop down there. So if this is the bottom of the range, well, I'll try to play the bottom of the range. Don't normally consolidate. Well, how much does it normally consolidate? Either way, there are no halves, Ace Trades. No, I'm asking you. You're the one saying it doesn't normally consolidate. Okay, so like, but what is like that? What does that mean? I think you're just speaking, you're just saying stuff. Like it doesn't normally. Okay, well then bring me the stats. What do you mean by it doesn't normally? What is normal? How long does it consolidate? Right, at all-time highs, how long or how often does it, is it like, what is normal is what I'm asking. What is normal? All right, back up we go. Cancel that out. Do we try the short up here? At the end of the day, Ace, all I'm saying is whenever I see anybody say something has to happen, that's just not true. That will get you in trouble. And that should not be a contentious point. Like hopefully we can all agree in the market nothing has to happen. The price does not have to bounce. The price does not have to come back down. I want to... Okay, well, Joe Mopa, when you see an actual trade plan, take those words and give us a trade plan. I know you know how to do that because I recognize the name. So cool. So when we see a trade plan from you, we will expect a long-sided trade plan. Hey, TA. Wingwam, short the tops, buy the bottoms. This range is... Even that, though, is funny. Short the tops. Okay, well, what's the top? How do you define the top? That's why I just saying, well, just short the top. Like, I understand what you're saying, short the top of the range. Fine, but, like, how are you defining the top? That is why we're such a stickler for numbers around here. Because if you give us a number of where you're going short, then that tells us where you are defining the top of this range. Because are you defining that as a top, or that as a top, or that as a top, or this one, or that one, or that one? So that's why words don't actually say anything. Even short the top of the range. Just give us a number, and then we'll know how you define where the top is. I sold SPX calls. Dude, what are you doing trading SPX? Well, I'm assuming you're day trading. If you're day trading options, we got to have a chat. All right, Joe. Well, whenever you get in, whenever you see an entry point, you let us know that entry point, and then let us know your stop loss in real time. And then we can cheer you on, Joe. We'll cheer on Joe. All right, TA, look at that. Nice trade plan there. 3 numbers. Yeah, well, if you're looking for a long round 950, it might be a while as this thing just continues to chop back and forth. Yeah, actually, I was just looking over at the 5-minute, and I think I agree with you. Let's take a look over here at gold. Ooh. 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 Hi, my name's Clay. What's yours? Whoa, what was that? I don't think I saw stuff. I could have sworn it was like a green candle and then a split second it was red. Or am I hallucinating? Hey, there we go, Wig. There we go, Wigwam. Now we can see way clearer to what you're seeing. Love to see it, brother. Yeah, that was kind of goofy. Oh, boy. I'll pretend like I didn't see Kyle's message. Okay, the stream started. Where did the stream start? About 11:40-ish. Yeah, right around here is when the stream started. Yeah, we just been chopping. We chopping. And right now, this is the range I have defined. We are right in the middle of the range. So, like, if you're one of those don't diddle in the middle, well, we are in the middle. No, the bot attacker has been gone for quite a while. Yeah, the record right now, relax, is 633 people. That is the most we've had concurrently. So that is the current number. We will maybe one day break. Again, my goal is still that I set for myself when I started was see if I could ever get this up to 1,000 concurrent. Best we've done is 633. But yeah, the bot person moved on several months ago. Yeah, you've been around since the beginning, Relax or Do. That is, you're one of the OGs. I know, well, I'm not fully on team Don't Diddle in the middle, but I'm going to diddle. And let's see if we can get this thing. Oh, wait, come back down a little bit. Oh, no. Oh, here's another one of my petty peeves. When people just assume everything is the EMAs. You gotta listen very careful here, and FX, very careful. This purple line is the 50S. S is in sexy. SMA, that is a 21 EMA. This is the 200 SMA, that is the VWAP. Okay? Free caviar. I don't know. I think I should just. Can you donate some Captain Crunch? And I can start to give away Captain Crunch. Sure, no problem. Fantastic. That's what I like to hear. Oh, that's true. I just assumed, yeah. Yeah, for some reason, EMAs are, I don't know. But no, there's the breakdown. So I do use at least one EMA. So we are just waiting. Maybe I'm about to jinx it, but on the bright side, at least we haven't had, like yesterday, I've never seen so many candles that made me think there was news, but then there really wasn't news. Like there were so many random spikes. What's up at work at the moment, but smack some. Hey, good job. Animosity. Feel like Trump will tweet something that we can get out of it. Yeah, that might be what we need is some sort of Trump tweet. I closed 2 contracts, left 1 open. Roger that. Oh, wait, you're day trade. Yeah. We gotta stop day trading options, folks. Kick theta to the curb. If you are here and you're a day trader of options, please realize there is a way to trade something that moves better than options, but also, and even better for you, does not have theta. Are you going to do the rectangle method? I've never heard of the rectangle method. Am I going to try to play the bottom of this range? Yeah, probably. Okay, I'm getting long at the green line. We'll see if it wants to bounce back up off of what seems to be a bottom of a range. But as of now, maybe this is a true breakdown of the range. I don't know. Okay, I got to cancel that out. That's my risk profile. Okay. Okay, maybe do we have a... I'm going to go for a long down there at 942. Well, that's t-shirt worthy right there, Kyle. But if you option sell this, okay, well, if you pick the right numbers for the lottery, playing the lottery was actually a really good idea. Okay, so yeah, if we want to use lottery logic, then sure. But these statements are made for the broad general rule of thumb. But even that, I would still say selling options is so risky. Because yeah, it's very complicated, first off. It is very complicated. And selling options is one of those things where, I mean, you could literally have like a 97% win rate. And the 3% you're wrong, it's like toast city. Hey, stop loss bandit showed up. Where's your stop? Well, hey, stop loss bandit. Where's your stop loss? Doggone it. All right. So it is bottom of the channel. See what I mean, though? It's so hard. Like in hindsight, Clay, you should have just bought the bottom. I guess, but I wanted to wait for confirmation because there was one moment where that was a big solid red candle. I am trading futures. Okay, yeah, no, animosity. I didn't know if... to be fair, yeah, maybe I did call it the rectangle model too, and we are right back to okay. Oh, there's a bond auction today? Really? Okay, good. We get to run our experiment then, huh? Yes, all right. We have to work together. Remind me at 1 p.m. that there is a bond auction so that we can run our experiment. Collect another data point. Okay, what is your question, Okoro? I'll try to answer it. I don't know if I'll have an answer. Consolidation on all these markets is trash. Well, one person's trash is another person's gold nugget. Range traders that have been shorting up around here, I think they would disagree that this has been trash. This has been their ATM. Just one rejection after another, after another, after another. But yeah, if you're a trend trader, then I fully agree that you would consider this action right here trash for sure. But that's why we always say around here, one trader's turd is another trader's gold bar. Hey, Big Spark. It can be Tory, but again, that is why I would argue Take Profit Trader is one of the best out there. If not, I mean, they're the best in my opinion. And that's one of the reasons. They don't have any scalping rule. So yes, Tori, you're correct. Some of them you do have to be very careful. You don't want to be in and out of a trade within 5 seconds. But that is not the case with Take Profit Trader. So that is, again, one of the many reasons why I think they're the king of the biz. Good job. Stop loss. Okay, lactic acid law, how come you only speak up like there is this weird dynamic with you right now? And we've been here before. You do it all the time, so you're going right back into timeout because you are, I mean, if you had already been chatting, that's fine. But like, you just crawl out of the woodwork. For something where we've had that conversation ad nauseum. I don't know if that's how you say that. But yeah, that got you put in timeout last time and once again. Because you don't listen. You literally don't listen when it comes to this topic. Sometimes it is, Lance. And sometimes it's not. But yeah, sometimes, yes, it is. Right, Tori. Yeah, that does not exist with take profit trader. There is no scalping rule. How's it tiles? My wife will be on some websites looking through tiles. But we're doing some brick stuff too. So he brought some brick samples, so that was helpful. I'm a bad boy too. Time me out, please. I need it. Okay. We'll give Big Spark per his request. We'll give him 5 minutes. There you go, Big Spark. Your wish is my command, brother. Again, you're saying, "Wow, man, you're so courageous." But once my trade reaches a certain point, aka like my ROI is really good, then remember the way I view all this is, and so this, if this was you, Lance, let's say you're taking the 50K trade, right? So you're buying a 50K account. Your stop loss is 102. That's the most you'll lose. So, and I'm just making these numbers up, Lance, but let's say you're at $500 on this trade, on this account. Well, you have the account paid for and then some. So if you see a really good setup, to me, going super aggressive, like, okay, if I'm wrong, it's a losing trade. So like, who really cares? Now, if it's your own money and you're like maxing out the account and then you're wrong and it dumps and flushes, well then, yeah, that can be sketchy in a hurry. That does take big nerves. But within the prop firm landscape, like I said, if I have I'm more aggressive with my test account anyways, but even if I have a pro account and I have a good quality ROI already, sure, I'll swing big because worst case, yeah, it's cooked, but it's already paid for itself. It's already got a great ROI. But hey, on the flip side of that is I could be looking at like a quick boom. Oh, there we go. There's $1,500 in, 7 seconds. So it's all a matter of perspective. But yes, full porting, like a cash account where it's all your funds, I agree. You better have some nerves to steal for that. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, scared money just don't make money. Thoughts on 25K account? Give it a try and see what you think. Some people love the 25K account. Other people despise it. I'm not a fan, but that doesn't mean that it's not a good one. It just, that's all personal preference. Charles, take profit trader. I mean, this yellow line is just a stubborn donkey. Yep, Joe. Yeah, exactly, Joe. And that is a fine line. That's one of those things that makes trading hard. You can't be scared, but you can't be cocky. You got to be confident. Well, when does cockiness or when does confidence become cockiness? Again, where that line is, that's why trading's hard. Good. As long as you're learning, that's the key, Lance. If you're just cooking accounts and you're like, hey man, I'm a total degenerate, I'm not learning anything, well, that's a red flag. Assuming you want to be serious. Now, if you want to be degenerate, then I guess, okay, like it doesn't really matter if you're learning or anything. You're not trying to learn. You're just trying to have fun. You're trying to get that dopamine. Do I have to pay if I reset my... Yes. Test accounts are $100 to reset. Do you have an open strategy? Oh, like opening bell strategy? I mean, I trade the open, so I guess yes. Okay, see, Joel, I fully disagree with that. I'm deleting that because that is the wrong mentality. Some people shop for prop firms based on price. They don't shop for prop firms based on rules. So Joe is one of these guys that would fit brilliantly into our prop firm that we're going to be setting up soon, called the Baboon Pit. And at the Baboon Pit, we're going to offer $5 prop firms that give you $500,000 in purchasing power. However, there's also going to be about 500 rules. So, I mean, you're never going to actually get a payout because there's going to be so many rules. But for the baboons out there that chop based on price and not rules, oh yeah, we're going to have some fun with them. So again, I would encourage everybody to shop for a prop firm based on rules, not price. Okay, Ace, I think we're under different impressions. You seem to think that trading is like you go to Walmart and just pick a strategy off the shelf. As if I can just tell you a strategy and they're like, oh, that one. No, we all have different twists and turns. So no, I can't just give you a strategy and then have that actually mean anything to you. But yeah, so many people do think that trading works like this. You go to Walmart, you go to the strategy aisle, and you're like, okay. Yeah, I'm going to go with that strategy. Hey, do you have an open strategy? Okay, here are the open strategies. Okay, I'm going to go with that one. That's not how this works. You have to build something that will be unique to you. The best traders have systems they follow. Right. That are their systems. And their systems are all different than one another. Yeah, there are broad common dynamics. They're managing risk. Okay, but how does their system manage risk within it is going to be unique trader by trader by trader. You don't just say, hey, what system do you use? And then you go and do it cookie cutter. That if only trading were that easy. If only it were that easy. Hey, congrats, Christian. Would you care to share your system? Okay, no, because you are not hearing what I'm saying. My system is unique to me. Yes, my system is this, the KISS method. I am keeping it simple because I'm stupid. So keep it simple, stupid. That is my system. Don't do that, RJ. Because you could go and buy like 5 or 6 test accounts for the price of one reset that you're asking about. Take Rapid Trader only charges during the test phase, which is why I say aim to pass within 1 month, because after you pass that, there are no more fees. So don't rush your test, but a month, because of futures and how futures can move so quickly, a month is enough time to pass a test. But do not take 6 months to pass a test, because that's a lot of time, and then you have to pay the fees 6 times. Spencer, yeah, I've only used Take Profit Trader. I love their clean set of rules. I love daily payouts. So yeah. Oh, I don't know, Tori. I don't know. How long did it take for? I have no idea. I do remember it took me 4 or 5 times to pass my first ever eval. Granted, a couple of those where I forgot about orders and I left them out there and then I got cooked. But yeah, I don't remember exactly. It would exhaust me answering the same question. Well, yeah, that's why sometimes I just don't even answer them. I just say for my mental health, maybe somebody else can answer. Okay, we're at the bottom of the range again. No system works forever. I don't know about that. Now, if you had said no system works in every market environment, I would agree with that statement. But no system works forever, I would disagree with that. Which is a good way to figure out if somebody's scamming you. If they're selling a system, here's a good question to figure out that would offer up a red flag. Say, what market environments does your system not work in? And they're like, no, it works in all environments. It's like, wait a second. So you're telling me your system works in a trending market and in a choppy sideways market? Really? No. No system works in every market environment. Cool, Spencer. Well, yeah, you should consider Take Profit at some time. But yeah, I have a code too with Lucid, so I don't have anything against Lucid. Code Clay, I have a code with them also. But yeah, at some point, I'd say give Take Profit Trader a try too. They're certainly at least worth a try. ORB has been working for years. No, it has. Well, how do you define working? ORB has not consistently been working for years. ORB being defined as this. Okay. Let's wait 15 minutes. There's the high, there's the low. Okay, now after 15 minutes, if the price goes through the high, you buy. If it goes down through, you short. I really wish I could say trading was that easy. Does trading need to be rocket science? No. Can trading be that easy? Unfortunately, no. It's going to take more than just waiting 15 minutes, mapping out the high, mapping out the low, and then buying or shorting. There is nobody out there making consistent money just doing that. Now, if you want to use that as a foundation to build from, that's way different. But to just say, oh, what the 15-minute ORB, that's worked for years. No, it hasn't. It has not worked for years if you're defining work as just simply doing what I described there. With correct risk management. Well, okay. Yeah. Yes, any strategy with correct risk management works. But I love how you say with correct risk management as if that's like easy. Like, dude, you can be an NBA player. I mean, with enough practice. No, I agree. Risk management is most important. But you're saying it as if it's like, no, well, of course it works with right risk management. Well, yeah, any strategy works with right risk management. In fact, I would argue that is what makes a strategy valid is the right risk management. Look at this channel. Why don't you just get long here? I don't know. I probably should, huh? Yeah, there are two ace trades. Is it worth resetting a pro account? I don't think so, because for that same price, you could go buy like 6 test accounts. Yeah, saying risk management and practicing risk management are two different things. Yeah, and on top of that, and doing risk management is even better, because just because you practice it doesn't mean you'll actually do it in a real environment. Some strategies suck. Well, yeah. I assure you, the ORB sucks if all you're doing is how I described the ORB. Now, if you're doing the ORB as a foundational pillar and you're building on top of that, that's way different. But you made it sound like, what, the ORB's been working for years. No, I promise you it has not. Because if your trading were that easy, everybody would be doing it. Like, oh man. No, stop loss. That's a beautiful thing about prop firms right there. If you've made 15,000 and then you pull out the $15,000, aka you take a payout, and then you cook that account, congrats, you made $15,000. That's a very dangerous thing, and I've been there many times. Where like if you're using your own money and you make $15,000, and then you're like, okay, cool, I'm growing my account, and then you lose your mind. In theory, you could give back that entire $15,000 with your own money. With a prop firm, the consequence there is, yeah, you cook your account, but because you paid out, you actually still have the $15,000. Any trades today? Yep, I've made several. All right, I'm going to get long here, which means this channel is probably about to break. But if the price does come down here, I will go for a long, so get your shorts ready, folks. There we go. Right, Joe. Yeah. What? Okay, Joe Pot. Dude. Yes. You're one of those guys I see. But surely you understand what I'm trying to convey. The point I'm trying to convey is one bad trade, one bad day with your own money could wipe away $15,000. You would have to try really, 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 really hard to toast $15,000 of prop firms in one day. Now, assuming you're not like resetting pro accounts or something like that, right? Yeah, you do. If you build $15,000 in buffer and then you have a terrible day and you eat through the entire buffer, well, yeah, all that money is gone, which is why I am on team. I don't build a buffer. I just take the money and run. Oh, yeah, thank you for the bond auction. Yeah, we do have the bond auction coming. Again, I'm looking for a long down here, even though I've passed it by several times already because I've been a little distracted, which is okay. These have been some good conversations, but sorry for being late. What is the setup for now today? I don't know. What is your setup, Duke? This is one of the worst 5-minute charts. Well, I mean, that's the eye of the beholder. If you love playing this range, I mean, look at all these longs that I've worked out. Oh, sorry to hear that, Dev. As the saying goes, well, I don't know, at least the saying around here, one trader's turd is another trader's gold bar. I have zero problem believing that from anybody's point of view, you would look at this action and be like, this is utter garbage. There's another trader in the world that's like, man, I love this range. It's so predictable. Hey, thanks, Hidden. Yeah, I'm still figuring out the beard. I'm in the stage now where I have like random ones that poke out. So I don't know if I need to get like some sort of like, but I don't know. I'm still like in beard puberty. Like I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with my beard. So I don't know how long beard puberty lasts for, but I'm still in beard puberty. I just trying to figure out things. I'm confused. Okay, here we go, maybe. Again, looking to get long at the green line. Stop is the red. I passed up on very good trades. Yeah, that happens. What do you need a printout for, Zooks? You are a young, savvy person. What in the... How do you even know what a printer is? I'm scared of Trump tweeting. Well, that's one of the beautiful things about prop firms. Okay, here we go. I am in. I am in. Bounce it for me, brother. Hey, I'll take that little scoop. My ego was so scared. I'm like, please, for my ego's sake, don't let me be the guy that finally buys the bottom and then it dumps. But no, there we go. See? As a range trader, this is beautiful action. I get it. If you're a breakdown trader, if you're looking for that, then you absolutely despise this action. One trader's turd is another trader's gold bar. How do prop firms make money? From people buying accounts and then not passing, never qualifying for payouts. And then the good ones, such as Take Profit Trader, eventually you'll get to the point where you're in the live markets and they get to keep 10% of your gains. Clay, you look like you have a freezer full of Oreo whites. How did you know? Love your attitude and personality, Clay. Oh, well, be careful, RJ. Some people severely disagree. They do not love my attitude or personality. They call me a meanie head. This guy's a jerk. Look what you did, you little jerk. Good grief, I guess. Well, for anybody, my stupid ego got in the way. I did. I admit it. I was scared. I did not want to look dumb. Like, to be the guy that finally bought and then it dumps. So I took, I mean, it was still a nice little trade, but man. Thank you, RJ. The inside of an Oreo. Okay, I mean, I think you're insulting me, but I don't understand. How is that an insult? Please explain how you are insulting me right now. I don't get it. Help me understand the insult. I've been watching you for 6+ years. I've enjoyed watching you. Thank you, Hidden. I mean, I have to. I will have to buy down here. I mean, this... I guess it can go either way. I was going to say, this is guilty of being in the bottom channel until it's proven innocent. I don't know if that works out as well. I'm soft. Oh, okay. So he thinks I'm soft. Gotcha. No, I understand he's trying to be funny. I think he's trying to poke fun at me. But, like, I don't understand... Like, I guarantee... I understand he's poking at me, but I don't understand the poke. That's what I'm asking about. Explain the poke. Also, Clay works hard, but... Oh, I mean... I sure... Well, a couple of days ago, I showed the mean tweets. Like, I have... my poor wife. My kids. Oh, my goodness, my kids. When I tell them this stuff over the years, they're just like, wait, people say that? And they're like, man, people are insulting my dad? I'm like, yeah. And I'm laughing when I'm telling them, and they're laughing. So I think I'm just telling them, like, especially on the internet, people that are throwing insults on the internet, like, kids, just laugh. Like, literally just laugh at that person. Because if you're letting that, like, get to you, like, come on, kids. But yeah, my kids are well aware that I have a big nose. I'm cross-eyed. I have a lazy eye. I'm losing hair. I need to be punched in the face. I have moobs. What else? I have crooked teeth. I don't have real teeth. Like, and the amount of insults I've heard, I mean, there are so many contradictions within the insults. It's crazy. But my wife, though, I don't tell her stuff. She takes it too personal, like, why are people so mean? So I do not tell her stuff because she does not understand why people can be so mean. Because she gives everybody the benefit of the doubt. Like, she doesn't think there's actually, like, literally losers that live in their basement. Clay, that's mean of you to say. But I'm like, well, honey, I'm trying to explain to you how people, like, why you should not care about what people say about me. Because that's those people. So she does not think that there's literally losers that live in their parents' basement and are jealous and bitter of people. So in her mind, it doesn't comprehend, like, why would somebody be so mean? So, well, I never said all people. I never said all people in basements are losers. Don't hear what I didn't say, Zooks. That makes me think you got a guilty conscience, brother. I got to take your advice about looking for a girlfriend. Yeah, no. So did he ever explain? What? I don't understand the Oreo. I'm a white in the Oreo. What does that mean? Explain the poke. Help me understand the insult. All right, I have to buy here again. It bounced again and I missed that one. One of these is not going to work, but that's okay. Okay, once again, looking for the bounce off that green line, trying to play the bottom of this channel. Oh, go back down a little bit more. I would just like for him to speak for himself. I appreciate you all trying to help me figure out the insult, but, like, we'll let the horse... Okay, here we go. I'm in. Uh-oh. Come on, history, repeat itself. Come on, bottom of the... bottom of the channel. Not looking good. Not looking good. Not looking good. Come on, bounce some more. Bounce some more. Bounce. Bounce some more. Bounce. Bounce. Bounce, brother. Okay, I got a partial. Hey! There we go. Woo! That's looking a little shaky. That bounce was seemingly a little too hard to bounce. So I decided to exit there. What a coward. Dude. Like, I'm just joking around, but now I'm actually being serious. Like, the dude's, like, scared all of a sudden. I don't know. Maybe his mom came down and shut off his computer. I told you you're supposed to be doing your homework. There is a bond. Oh, crap. Thank you. Okay. Bond auction at 1. So the theory goes, this is a theory in motion that, where did my 102s go? Why? Oh, 101. Wait, am I in the pat? Oh, wait, no, there's 1 o'clock. Okay. Wait, what am I missing? Look at the date. It says 1 p.m. and then I move to the right and it says 12:59. You guys see that? Or am I totally stupid? Look at that. What is going on with my time right now? Anyways, there is a bond auction right now. Okay, Dove, this is your last time or else I'm banning you for being a coward. What? Explain the insult. I don't understand how you insulted me. I would like to understand the insult. What does it mean that I'm the white in the Oreo or whatever? What does that mean? I will not ban you for explaining. I'm asking you. I am about to ban you for not explaining because it makes me think you're just a coward. Right, I understand it's just a joke, you dented baboon. I understand that. I'm trying to understand the joke. Maybe I'll laugh. Holy smokes. Ban you? Okay. See you later. Well, I'm not going to ban you. I'll put you in timeout, though. We'll give him 5 minutes. My wish is your command. Dang, and it bounced again. I couldn't take the heat on that one. Look at... Oh, okay. I don't know if I trust any of this because we're still in the channel, but dang it. Dude, imagine anybody that took that short. They're like, okay, finally the breakdown. They are not happy. They are cooked. That's brutal. I don't know if there's anybody here on the stream, but there's got to be one person in the world that took that short thinking, okay, finally the breakout is here. They are cooked. All I'll say is code Clay. Nah, I don't think this was a Trump tweet. 60 up to... Yeah, this was around a 40-point move, which is... Trump tweets are usually way more than 40 points. Did he just tweet? What did he say then? Maybe I can... Wait, no! It's 102! Bond auction! Bond auction! That would make sense. It's 102. New data point. Bond auction. See? We got to pay attention to this stuff. There it is. Okay, so this is the 20-year. So the 20-year, I think somebody's got to start to track this. We need to track this in a spreadsheet. Okay, that all makes perfect sense. 102, ba-boom, bond auction results. So here's the working theory that just played out right there. Because for the vast majority of trading, including my trading career, which is now like 20 years, the markets don't care, have never cared about the bond auction. But because United States debt is spinning out of control, the markets are starting to care more and more about whenever the Fed, or excuse me, the Treasury has these auctions. So at 1 o'clock is when the auction starts. But that's when the auction starts. But they're all electronic. So at 102 is where, again, this is all the working theory. At 102 is when the results are released. And there are times where the market really cares. And a la what we just saw right here. The market cared about that. So no, that was actually not a coincidence. That was the results of the bond auction. So that is why, as a group, we have been trying to help each other out. But like, hey, there's a bond auction today. So there we go. The bond, so the 20, now we have had some, what was it? I think we had like a 3-year bond auction and like there was nothing that happened. So it's not universal. But there it is. To be fair, I don't, maybe it was a coincidence. Maybe Trump did tweet at that time too. So I'm not saying that Trump didn't tweet, but my theory is Trump did not tweet. It was the results of the bond auction. Oil is tanking. Okay, I better see big red. Neil. Okay, oh, wait. I stand corrected. It was here and is now dropped 60. Okay, not quite $1. So I don't know if that's tanking. Unless that's a pun. That maybe you're just doing a pun. But I will not say you're crazy. Like, I don't know if I would classify that as tanking. I was getting ready to see just like pure bloodshed. Are they every day at 1? Check your economic calendar. TA, you should know better. You've been here long enough. Part of your morning routine as a trader needs to be to check your economic calendar. That way you'll know. But no, they are not every day. Yeah, in theory, maybe Trump's tweet was about the bond auction. That is possible. Would you short at the top of the range here? Oh crap. Well, I already missed it. Yes, I would have. Just like I've been buying the bottom of the range. This range here is like no joke. This is a very impressive range, but I already missed it. But yes, if this candle closes down below, okay, and that's about to happen. Okay, might be getting a short here. Let's buckle up. Let's get serious, folks. Okay, I want to see this candle come up and then come down. Was there a bond auction today? Somebody's saying they didn't see it at Forex Factory. Ooh, gold. Look at gold on the 5-minute. Right at the downward sloping 50 period moving average. So far, it's been smacked right down. There we go. The 50 SMA. Not the EMA, the SMA. Yes, I am a bitter man when it comes to EMAs. I don't like how my good friends at SMAs have been like kicked to the curb, apparently. So when I talk about SMAs, I say that in the most arrogant, condescending, like, I drink my wine like this type of way with my pinky up. Because I'm a bitter man. My poor little SMAs. People just assume I'm using EMAs. I'm a bitter, bitter man. Oil's up. Wait, what? I thought oil was just going down. Or is it going down and still up 4%? Oh, okay, it was. And then it's dropped down some. Yeah, oil is quietly creeping up. So there was a Trump tweet or there wasn't? No. If you have 20,000 in profit, that's what's called the buffer stop loss. So no, if you have 20,000 in buffer and then you lose 3,000, now you have 17,000 in buffer. He made something about saving. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm leaning towards that was bond auction, because if that's what he said in a Trump tweet, I can't really see that. But we do now. It's not quite as black and white. Was it the bond auction or was it the Trump tweet? Now we don't know. Our data point has been skewed. I think you have to tag them, Philly. Like, you just type in their name. I appreciate from my standpoint because I know you're talking to him, but maybe for him to see it, you have to tag him. Iran has released the 8 women. Well, that's good. Yeah, I have to. The top of the range has been the top of the range, I guess. One of these, I mean, I don't have to, but. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to come up a little bit more. There we go. Okay, looking for a short at the red line. Just trying to play at the top of the range. Although maybe I should probably be a little closer to the yellow line, but we'll see. Going long down here, treating me well. Let's see if the top of the range wants to treat me well. Hey, thank you, Randy. All right, Wall Street Ninja, I appreciate the trade plan in real time. Good stuff. Here we go. Maybe for me. That red line turns blue. I'm in. No! Okay, I'm in. Why? Somebody hit a shot. That hurt. Wow. Thanks a lot. What a joke. Okay. Okay. Hey, this is a spiky market. I stepped in front of the spike and it spiked. Well, I'm glad I got out, but with that, there was some slippage on that one for sure. There was certainly some slippage. Well, the range is the range until it's no longer the range. And I just happened to get in when it was, well, no longer the range. I know. Let's cue the people crawling out of the woodwork that are about to tell me why I should have known that this was the time where it was finally not the top of the range. Go ahead. Go ahead and tell me. I don't know why you weren't telling me beforehand, but go ahead and tell me now. There's always a couple of those people. Go ahead. How? And then I'll also ask them, oh, so you took the breakout trade? Well, no. Again, Wall Street Ninja, my point is, or I'm pretty sure you would not say, oh, I knew it was going to break out. I don't think that would be your position. I'm talking about the people that show up and tell me how they knew that, oh, no, the range was done. And here's how I knew it. I don't think that would be your point. You didn't know it. You probably thought. You thought you had some sort of edge, which I don't have a problem with. Okay, Doe, you were going in timeout because you were not explaining the joke. So we'll give you some time to think about, which is weird. I'm just asking you to explain the joke and you won't do it. Because those women got freed. No, the women got freed was like back here. So at this point, as far as the market is concerned, the women got freed, even though that was only 5 minutes ago. As far as the market is concerned, that might as well be 5 years ago. Exactly. So I wasn't talking to you, Wall Street Ninja. I was and I was saying it kind of sarcastically. Like the people that show up and say, "Oh, you should have known that was no longer the top of the range." But as of now, I'm impressed. Not a single person has crawled out from the woodwork. Locked out for the day. Officially brought back to life through accounts. Good job, Benjamin. Now, in all actuality, we have to keep things in perspective here. This is not that big of a move. If you stop and think about it, so where this move started, from 90 up to here, we're at 45 points. Again, from here, no, I think I lied. I'm sorry, I caught it started from right here. From here, 90, all the way up here is 45 points. If you were around 2 weeks ago, you know that this sort of chart from here up to here would be what? At least probably 150 points, maybe 200 points. So yes, those look like big green candles, but the definition of big changes day by day by day, sometimes hour by hour. So sure, it's big, relatively speaking, but is this actually like some sort of groundbreaking news? I mean, not really. It's moved 45 points. Like groundbreaking news that the market is truly impacted by is going to move more than 40 points. You know what I mean? Hopefully that makes sense. On very volatile days, right, this distance between these two numbers, like I said, from this number up to this number, so in other words, this space on the chart, on like super volatile days, is definitely more than 10. There's only a difference of 10 points in this distance. So some of you are like, oh man, look at this explosive move. That's a matter of, it's all relative. Yeah, exactly. Like a couple weeks ago, oil was moving like $1, no problem. Now it's like, if it moves 50 cents, people are like, oh wow, oil's tanking. Do you think we see a high of day, or do we trickle back down? Oh, I have no idea. No idea. Basically, no news, and this thing is jumping around. It could easily be back in the channel. Yeah. Okay, Ken, I'm going to delete that because it sounds like that's a rule violation. It sounds like you named somebody else. Please don't name other people. I'm not saying because all other people are scumbags. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying I don't follow. I do my own thing. So I don't know the vast majority of other people. And I don't want my chat to serve as a funnel to funnel somebody to potentially is like a clown. So, and I know you didn't mean anything malicious by that. So I'm just as an FYI. If you could please just not mention others, that would be appreciated. We've been slowly making higher lows since the open. We have? Higher lows? I don't see any higher lows here. I see a lot of chop, 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 chop here. Schlappe Joe. Well, that was... Does anybody remember what was that number at beforehand? I'm curious how much slippage got me. Because I wasn't actually risking that many more points, but I probably had, what, a good 7-8 points in slippage? Home is coming well. Walls are going up. Second floor was starting to be worked on yesterday. So, yeah, it's moving pretty quickly, actually. 290, 278, okay. Kind of day trading, kind of. Jay Ventura. Is that an insult or what? I'm confused. Nice job. First time, last time, later. So I guess the nice job was, yeah, that's an interesting comment. Like, I think he's being sarcastic with the nice job. Like, nice job. This was my first time here, and it's the last. But maybe I'm over. I don't know what that comment means. That was very, very mysterious. Nice job. First time, last time, later. I don't know. That's tricky. Yeah, we're built. Well, that's what my wife wants. She wants like an old school farmhouse, not modern. She does not want a modern farmhouse. Thinking about maybe along down here, just kind of the idea of, so this was a sideways channel. We finally did break above it, so do we get some sort of back test and go? That's what I'm wondering right now. So I'm keeping an eye on, like I said, maybe a pullback right there. TA, well, I guess I am ignoring you. I'm just doing it because I answered that question about 8,000 times, it feels like. So for my mental health, I needed a break from answering that one. Also, it seems like you should know the answer to that because you're here more times than not, it seems like. But yeah, I need a mental health break from answering that question. Maybe somebody else can help you out. I'll try to get long at 700. Okay. If it comes down, stop is 980. All right, I love to see it. Boat with the trade plan ahead of time. That takes courage. Love to see it. Maybe it's not going to pull back enough. Maybe it will. Hey, Cheryl, where have you been? What in the world? Where have you been? All right, TA, love to see it. Looks like you're what, trading ES? Took some time off. Well, welcome back. Well, bull flag breakout. I was trying to play the bull flag. I was just hoping the bull flag would touch the bottom part first before moving back upwards, but hindsight has shown that that was not good thinking. Dow looks so weak. Better get short then. Oh, you went. Did the ES make us pop up too? I would assume so. Yep, that would smack you. Well, hey, it happens. Can't be right all the time. Okay, wow, what a breakout. I could have sworn at one time that actually seemed like a very smart trade plan. Let's just let it drift down here. But now it seems so stupid. Like, why was I thinking that? Good old hindsight. Just plays mind games with you. Five-point scalp's the only thing working for me today. Yeah, I can see today just having scalpy scalps be a good way to go about it. Do I have a video about divergence or any tips? Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't know. I don't know exactly what you mean by divergence. There are so many words in trading that, I mean, are so nuanced. Yeah, that was me too, Spencer. There's like small little differences. Like I think sometimes the VWAP's a little bit different. I don't know. Compare them, rookie. You're a smart guy. I swear, some of you, like, it's clear you're very intelligent individuals. And then you ask, like, a baboon question. I don't know. Put them side by side, brother. What does it look like? Good grief. Like, if you're an idiot, I wouldn't be upset right now. But when smart people behave as if they're an idiot, it makes me upset. It's a kick to my loins. I took a cult trade with the last one. You mean you bought a support zone probably, and then you just called it something really cool sounding? All right, Jack, congrats. What a beautiful day to trade. Oh, Steve, that comment. We've had some people that swing by that would highly disagree with that comment. Deadeye, you are a smart person. Just call it anything else but that, okay? Call it a support. That's what they are. Or resistances. Call it a support zone. The support zone didn't break. Just call it that. Or else I got to put you in timeout. Just I just cannot take the dentedness of that call. I can't do it. I can't do it. Today is chase day. I mean, maybe now, but for a long time, there was nothing to chase here. On the 5-minute gold, I mean, I think, yeah. Did I? I don't remember. But this, I think I did. This 50 period simple moving average, this thing is doing work. So for those of you on gold, might want to keep that. All right, see you later, TA. This, right here. A support zone. Right? That's all you have to call the stupid things. They're just zones. It's a zone of support. Good grief. But I get it. I get it. Yeah, but if I call it a support zone, I don't get to sound very smart. Hook, line, and sinker. All right, see you later, Skeletor. I can't do anything up here. I mean, yeah, it's not. I don't think this would necessarily be chasing. Like, it has pulled back and is consolidating, but I'd like to see it maybe pull back a little bit more. We'll see. Only during the Bangladesh session, Slow Morrow. Which is at 2:30 a.m. local time. But I have a very healthy relationship with my futures day trading. I'm up at 2:30 a.m. Eastern just to trade. There's nothing degenerate about that at all, so don't judge me. I am interested if I'll try it. I'll try it. No, yeah, I'm definitely not up at no. No, I am nice and cozy in my bed. Sleeping next to my blonde Dutch princess. Or queen, probably. I don't know. Do we have any women here? Do you want to be called a queen or a princess? Which one is better? I think. Wait. She'd be the queen, right? And then my daughters would be the princesses. I think. Anyways, never mind. Never mind. If you want flirting advice, go somewhere else. Queen? Okay. Thank you, ladies. Okay, queen. Okay. So at 2:30 a.m., I'm all cozy next to my blonde Dutch queen. Slay queen. Kyle, have you ever even talked to a girl before? I don't think Kyle's ever actually talked to a girl before. That's my working theory. Ooh, a duchess. Okay. All right, keep it up, man. Keep it up. Again, finding a good woman, it'll take a little effort, but I'm glad you're there. Does your mom? Okay, that's fair. You did get me. You did get me. Okay, so you technically have spoken. Well, I don't know. Has your mom ever talked to you, Kyle? She maybe once, and then you did one of your puns, and she's probably like, "Nope, I'm done. See ya. See ya, little Kyle. Out the door you go." Now imagine it going back to the range. Yeah, that would be. I could. Yeah, that'd be pretty rough. I can see this because it's doing it to me, getting people in more of a bullish move now. Nice and up and down, up and down. So yeah, if it were to drop all the way back down here, I could see that. Yeah, I agree. That'd toy with some people. I'd like for it to tap the top of it and continue up. Tap the top of the range here. See, this is just, if anything, I would at least like for it to go down to the 21 EMA, but this is where trend trading gets hard because it won't even go down to the 21 EMA before heading back up. So it's just like, okay. All right, Spencer. Yeah, if you think it's good to call it, then no shame there. I was in a short when the queen passed away. Yeah, I can't say I remember. Did the market? I guess it spiked. Well, I don't know. Crazy in a good or bad way. I did not realize the markets made a big spike when the queen passed away. I'm also in America, so I don't pay totally attention to that sort of stuff. All right, Spencer, take care, buddy. It dumped immediately. It did. Why would the market dump when the queen passed away? I don't get that. What's the economic ties there? One hour chart still looking bullish. All right. For you 1 hour users, might want to check it out. See if you agree. Yeah, you want to pass on Take Profit Trader. You should aim to pass within 1 month. Because yes, there is this per month over here, but that's only during the test phase. So you don't have to rush the test, but aim to pass it within 1 month because after you pass, the per month goes away. Once you make the jump from the test account into the pro account, there are no more fees. And that way you do it in 1 month, your all-in risk is 102. Hey, Randy. Thank you. Oh, clever, Randy. Clever. I like it. I mean, thank you, but at the same time, maybe I'm being too cynical, but I think I see what you did there, brother. Not cool. Not cool, brother. What's too let's see. Currency calculator. Currency calculator. Canadian. Let's see. Let's see. 2. I think I saw what you did there. $1.46. I think I said clever. I will give it to you. That's clever. That's clever. Yeah, self-made. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, exactly. How can I even delete that whole thing out of there, I wonder? No. Is it even possible to delete that? What happens if I just ban him? Nope. I mean, he's banned now, but that's still there. It's not showing up in the chat? Okay. I don't know. I guess I don't know for sure, so I'll unban him, but yeah. Okay, so nobody sees it anymore? Yeah. Not cool, brother. Not cool. Yeah, you are missing something. Jimbo, good grief. Oh, some people were made for business, other people just weren't. It's okay, Jimbo. You'll find somebody that wants to be your friend at some point in life. You'll find somebody. Correct, Tommy Tom. Yes. Is this Jim the brother? There are no brother-in-laws named Jim. Super chat never popped up for you? Okay. Yeah, I was pretty fast on the delete. Yeah, I mean, again, clever. I see what he did. Clever, but Bush League and just not professional. Okay. Still, I mean, ideally in my perfect world, it pulls back to the top of the former breakout point of the range, but that I might be asking for too much. But I am interested in potentially a long down here on the 21 EMA. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you're not blocked, Randy. I did delete your super chat because I saw what you did there. So in the strictly business sense, clever. In the marketing department, clever. But kind of Bush League, dude. Kind of Bush League. Not a fan. It's all good, man. It's all good. It's that ace trades. Holy smokes. Mr. My standards, and that's the only ones that matter. Holy smokes. I will say right now, Ace Trades, if you ever run for politics, I will be campaigning against you. Knowing your lens. That was one of the scariest things we've ever heard, brother. I don't know, JP, maybe. Like it knows. Marky the market maker knows that I'm interested in that line right there. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna let it go down there. Wait, who's Marky? Oh, Marky lives in the basement of Fort Knox, and he's got a 1995 Apple computer with Windows 98 on it, and he controls the entire market. So that is who Marky the market maker is. And he knows. I think he's watching the stream right now. Canadian. No, it's not that. Like, so who was Self-Made Project? Yeah, Self-Made Project. Out of curiosity, Self-Made Project, do you happen to be a business owner? Do you have a business? Because I can tell you are business savvy. My brother works there, and Marky does not live there. Well, I mean, do you think they're going to let your brother know that who lives in the basement? Like, I know your brother has wondered about the hatch in the floor that says, do not enter. There's nothing to see here. Don't worry about it. Move along. I know he's wondered about that. So next time you see your brother, you just let him know that's where Marky lives. And when your brother hears ding, ding, you just know that that's Marky getting connected to the internet. Now, you definitely have to be what? At least probably 38 years old to understand what I just did there. If you are 38 or below, you probably don't get that at all. Hey, Random Hero, thank you. What account size did you go with? I like it, Lauren, with the trade plan. Oh, Steve-O, yeah, he's old. Steve-O's old. He got the joke. 50K, nice. I'm curious what you think about it. Uh-oh, Wolf is old. Okay, so you could be 30 and still get that joke? Interesting. Okay, that checks out with Stithen. He's 31. Okay, maybe 30. You got to be 30 or older to get that joke. All right, thank you, Randy. I appreciate the super chats. You're all set. When my first job was testing 1,200 modems. Like 1,200 modems, or is that like a version of a modem? Thank you, Total Dork. For some reason, I remember you're in Detroit. There's my weird memory again. Why I remember you're in Detroit, I have no idea. But I do remember that Total Dork is in Detroit. Who remembers the AOL, let me just say AIM or IM? I think we just called it IM. Do you have IM? Yeah, I think, right? The lingo back then was just IM. Like, you didn't even need to say A. It was IM implied AOL Instant Messenger. That's how me and my wife kept in touch. Kube. Oh, it doesn't matter. I think we just said like IM though. Hey, what's your IM name? All right, Randy. Cheers. Yeah, I don't remember ICQ. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I did not spend any time on the dark web. I can't say I ever. The darkest web I got on was Napster. Yes. Who remembers the days of waiting like 40 minutes for a 3-minute song? Yeah, LimeWire. Dude, that was the most mind-blowing thing. Like when we finally got cable internet, you could get a song in like 2 minutes. No more 40 minutes. Jimbo doesn't even have a wife, okay? He has a woman that somehow his parents... I think Jim's parents are very rich. and they're paying his wife because his wife is so many leagues above him. It makes 0 sense. 0 sense. So don't even. At least I have a wife, Jim. That's what I would say. Winamp? I think I remember Winamp. Is Napster even around anymore? Like just in a legal sense, or is Napster totally gone? Ooh, it is still around. Oh, they're AI experts now, though? Oh, okay. So Napster has done a little bit of rebranding here. Or maybe somebody just bought the domain. I don't know. Is this a trading channel or what? Dude, what do you want me to do? We're in this small little consolidation channel. Why can't I talk about the good old days? Calm down. Why is this guy so mad? Because I'm a grumpy person, that's why. All right, we are approaching the... Okay, this could be nice. This could be nice. I want to see it go down there and bump. It needs to first hit the 21 EMA, and then if it starts to come back up, I'll take a swing at it from the long side. Hey, it's Brenner. I do remember. You are in Budapest. Pirate Bay. Clay, hurry. I'm going broke. I need some money. Dude, you're sitting on an oil patch. I love how Bird made its AI announcement and didn't even change. That was wild. Okay, that was wild, but here we go. Maybe a trade here. Come on. I might be getting too picky that I want to see it hit. Whoa, okay, I'm glad I waited for confirmation because it did not stop there at all. Ooh. So this line I've been watching for a while, but I might get a little extra bonus. This right here, the 50-period simple moving average, because it's a moving average, continues to slowly move higher and higher. And now both these are almost the same level. So in fact, I will do that. I'll go for a long down there. Oh, MySpace, yeah. What was before MySpace? There was something that my wife was on. What was that? I'd probably recognize the name if one of you saw it. What was before kind of right? It was like you could put Friendster. Friendster, that was it. Yeah. Whoa. What was that? What is here? Yeah, that's so weird. So if I was like working on a PhD thesis in business, I think an interesting thesis could be like arguing why did MySpace work and not Friendster? Like looking at those businesses and trying to make an argument like why, and then eventually why did MySpace eventually fail? Like how come Facebook? Because Facebook was not the first one, nor was MySpace. And I don't even know if Friendster was the first one, to be fair. I just remember my wife had a Friendster page for a little bit. $0.10 per. Yeah. I got my first cell phone sophomore year of college, and yeah, it was like minutes mattered. Like, dude, this plan's got XYZ minutes and blah, blah, blah. MySpace was so much better than Facebook. But like, why did it fail? That's why I think it would be an interesting paper. Like, why did MySpace beat Friendster? What? Okay, MySpace was better. Well, no kidding, it was better because it won out. Why was it better though? That's the point. You dent it. You guys never fail to remind me that this truly is a baboon dent. Truly is. Man, that grass is wet. Why did I slip on it? Because the grass is wet. Well, yes, I know that, but like, why is it wet? What got it wet? You guys are beautiful baboons. I love you all. Just remember, I am the biggest baboon of us all. Nobody can beat my startup story when I got in the markets. I don't even think my story is possible to beat. MySpace was way more fun. Okay, so Friendster was very limited in how you could do stuff with it. Did I just bail out of a short? No, I was not in anything. I was thinking about getting long, unfortunately. Wait a second. I can't remember. I had a long order up here somewhere, I think. I don't remember. But no, I think I did bail out of a long that would have actually worked out well. Facebook took over with university popularity. It was a trendsetter. Yeah, I not agreed. But why? Like, why didn't Friendster, why didn't MySpace, why weren't they trendsetters? Is another way of asking what I'm asking. That's true. Maybe Tom was just trying to be friends with, I mean, not trying. He was friends with everybody. So it just deteriorated the value of his friendship. When you clicked on his MySpace profile, it felt like entering someone's personal domain. Okay, so the argument there would be people don't like the feeling of personal domains. People like sterile environments, I guess. Given that Facebook won out. Okay, George, that could make sense. Believe you put it on your 60. Oh, the long was on 60? No. 60's way up here. I wouldn't have had anything up there. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things. I'm always fascinated by that sort of stuff. Some people are like, they're into anime. I don't understand anime at all. I don't understand what about anime. I don't get it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong. I'm just saying those people would probably look at me and be like, dude, what a dumb conversation. Who cares about why this one over the other from like a business standpoint? That's just like businesses is like my anime. It's just super fascinating. Like that movie about McDonald's was super good with Michael Keaton. What was that? The Franchise? If you have not seen it, you should see it. Okay, I might try a short here. I want to see it pop up more. Pop up more. Go up more. Go up more. Come on. All right, I'm chasing. I don't care. All right, let's see if this area wants to reject it down. This is a bad trade. It's a bad trade. I got irritated. Now, is it like a terrible, degenerate zero? No, I mean, no, there's still thought, and I think there's still a chance it could work out. But, like, yeah, I'm not going to fool myself and be like, this was the most rule-filled, inspired approach. So I am short. Got a couple of targets down here. Well, I mean, it's a bad trade in the sense of I did it out of frustration and annoyance. Come on, brother. Oh, that's a reason, Clay. I'm understanding that. Yeah. Come on, are you going to go down there or not? Thank you. All right, let's make sure this is a green trade. So I'll put my stop in green territory there. Let's actually go down here for the next one. Because it could very well bounce off that 21 EMA, but if it doesn't, oh, am I about to get stopped out right there? Keep coming down. Come on. Come on. And that was close. And again, will be a green trade, just trying to figure out if it wants to get it greener for me by actually coming. Oh, I'm about to get stopped. Wow, I am like getting partialed out of my stop. That I don't think I've ever had that. Like, how did I not get fully out? Is my stop not a market order? That's goofy. I should not be getting partialed out of my... Okay, let me get... Or at least I don't think I should, right? I thought these were market... I don't know. Yeah, that does not make any sense. Like, as soon as my stop hits, I'm assuming it turns into a market order and just gets me out. But apparently that's not what's going on here. Interesting. Yeah, I don't... Okay, now I'm all... I don't think I've ever had that happen to me. I guess it's possible it has, but yeah. Interesting. Interesting. And then you make the move. You dirty, 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 filthy, flea-ridden rat. Now it makes sense why Jim's showing up all grumpy. Now it makes sense. Not very... Yeah, yeah. Your feed is rhythmic. No. I don't think. Let me see. This. I think, right? Yeah, my data, yes, right there. Data feed, I'm using Tradovate. All right, if it wants to pull back some more, I could take a swing for long again. Rhythmic. It seems like they all go through their phases where some people are like, oh man, this is a great data feed, and then other times that same one is all of a sudden garbage. So I don't know. I remember when you could take your empty soda bottles back to the store and collect some money. You can still do that. In fact, that my son, Trip, like that is his current business. He collects pop. He likes to collect pop cans. Because we get Iowa, I think it's 5 cents a piece. Michigan was even better. Michigan was 10 cents a pop. No pun intended. You're creating your own data feed. Cool. Yeah, that's how we collected money back at our old church. When I was when we just had the one kid, my wife and I we helped out with the youth group, and that was like one of the ways we did fundraisers. We'd knock on people's doors. Hey, do you have any cans you're looking to get rid of? And we'd have a couple of pickup trucks just filled with bags of pop cans. Okay, it is still 10 cents. I thought so. Oh, that was just a joke. Okay, I was going to say, oh, that's cool. You're going to do your own data feed. I don't know how that would work, but I don't really understand that sort of stuff. Yeah, that's where we took him to, was Meyer. Oh, yeah, Timbo. He's the Midwest man. He knows what Meyer is. I think I'm going to try long here. So let's do this. Let's do this. Want to see the price hit that yellow line, and then if it starts to come back up, I will. Well, there we go. Want 5. Okay, if that green line turns blue, I'm in. Partial. Okay, I'm in. Let's see if we can get a bounce up off this area or not. Come on, candle. Come on, brother. I'll take that. There's one out. Oh, I'll take that. I'll take that, Cletus. Thank you, Cletus. Uh-oh. No, Cletus, keep bouncing, brother. Give me a bounce, you dirty rat. Oh, that might have been a mistake. I don't know if the market's in that kind of mood. Get up there. Get up there. Come on, brother. Don't be a little scumbag. Do it for Big Papa. Uh-oh. Okay, does not like... Oh, wow. Okay. What we learned there, do not even bring up Big Papa to the market. It ain't having it. My sister brings cans to a metal scrapyard. No deposit on cans. Bottles and can collection. Yeah, it's still alive and well here in some of the states. Yeah, Cletus has been a while. No, I didn't say Lil Papa. I said Big Papa. Don't say Big Papa. Lil Papa might work. Ooh, look at gold 5 minute. Look at that 21 EMA. Oh my goodness. That looks like me. Sexy. Unbelievable. Almost looks as good as I do. Almost. All right, so do we go long? We being me and the voices in my head. Do we go long again at the yellow line if it comes back down? Maybe. I was hoping I'd get some pictures from my wife. My kids are at like a homeschool type thing for like softball. They're all doing some softball. It's like pickup softball, but like organized because they're all organized to show up at the same time. But my wife hasn't sent me anything. Just one picture. I've been short from 27.046. All right, O'Dane. Next time, brother, we need it in real time or beforehand. We'll trust you in this situation, but moving forward, no more trust me, bro trade plans. Yeah, that's fair. She does kind of have she's got all 6 kids with her, so that's fair. That's fair point. Fine. I'll agree. She's too busy hitting home runs. No, she didn't volunteer to coach. I think she was a little interested. I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure. I think you got enough on your plate. And when I say coach, this is not like travel league baseball or anything. Which I will say, I don't know what my parents were thinking. I did travel baseball, all that stuff growing up. Oh my goodness. Like we played like 60 games a year. Like, oh my, whoa. Little too much. Good long there off that bold flag. Yeah, I guess you could call this a bull flag. I was just more so looking at like a sideways range, but yeah, I mean, You're probably calling it more so something like this, and then you have the big move up. Sure, you're calling it the bull flag. And yeah, I can see that too. But yeah, that's not necessarily how it was registering in my mind, but it sounds like that's how you're looking at it, which is, yeah. Oh, you're day trading, you homeschool too? Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Maybe I'm stupid, but learning some math, learning how to read, and then more importantly, and what is very lacking apparently in society, is learning some critical thinking. And that's the homeschool co-op we're part of. That's part of it. One of their classes is literally called logic. Like, how much better does it get than if a class is literally called logic? So it was fun. A few nights ago, I was quizzing my daughter on some of the logical fallacies out there. I'm like, I'm so proud of you. My 13-year-old is learning logical fallacies. That's true too, Ty, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Well, yeah, yeah, it's just that, yeah. I mean, I grew up in public schools, so I mean, okay, when you're done, put your head down, right? AK, we got to wait for everybody else, so we're just going to waste your time for the next 10 minutes, so just put your head down for the next 10 minutes. But it is shocking how much you can get accomplished. And I mean, it makes sense, right? When you have 30 or 25, 30 kids in a class, I mean, you gotta work with what you can do. How long I've been in the trading game? Have you been here before, Lauren? You are just showing up and you're like FBI interviewing me right now. I feel like I'm in a room and it's dark and there's just a one single light and I'm under it and you're just grilling me. I will say this. Recess was good time. Like, I still have memories of getting yelled at by the recess moderators because, I mean, you can't, like, actually go play tackle football, but we would try to play tackle football. Oh, man. Well, I understand it's just a question. My point is, it's like question number 332nd since you've been here. That's more, which is okay. Hence the joke about feeling like I'm in an FBI interview with you right now. And I would always get in trouble the most because I was always like the bigger. Let me put it this way. A lot of my clothes, like my basketball shorts, because I used to collect basketball shorts, starting in 6th grade. I still have them and I still wear them. How is that possible? Because I've been this exact height since 6th grade. So point being, I was always the big kid. So like if somebody got hurt or we were breaking rules, it'd be like, Clay, what's going on? It's like, what? It's like, because when you're the big kid at that, you kind of call the shots. So that was always kind of annoying, but also now in hindsight, if I'm like, I was at blame. So yeah, it was still my fault. How tall am I? Like 5'11". So when it came to basketball, I kind of got screwed because I started off as the center, right? The 5. For anyone who plays basketball, like it's numbers. So I was the 5. So like 4th, 5th, 6th grade, I was the 5. 7th grade though, okay, Sean. I'll just leave his last name out. Sean actually caught up to me. He was taller. All right, Clay, you are now the 4. Sean is going to be the 5. And then, and that was 7th and 8th grade. And then freshman year was like, okay, yeah, you're like a 3 now. So I'm kind of like in the tweener. And then that was my last year of playing basketball was freshman year. Because then eventually I would have been like a guard. And like my ball handling skills were just not on par. Because when you're like the center, they're like, you don't get to dribble. Like you can dribble once for your drop step and that's it. So yeah, basketball was just it just didn't work out. My ball handling skills never were at the level where, and the high school I went to was very competitive. Actually, my senior year, our high school was ranked number 1 in basketball in Division 1. So, like, we were really good. So I might be delusional. Maybe I could have made the team. Maybe. But I definitely would have just sat at the bench. Like, I would have been, like, on the other side of the water boy. Okay, maybe along here. But football and baseball, they worked out fine. Because, obviously, height, you don't get... It doesn't make an impact. But, yeah, my ball handling skills... I worked at it and stuff. And I got decent ball handling skills now. But at that time, the height thing kind of caught up to me. That I've been this tall. Okay, I can't talk anymore. I'm looking for a long... I'm trying to get long. I am long. Come on, bounce now, like you did previously. Come on, bounce a little bit more. Take that off a little bit there. Take a little bit more there. Take a little bit more there. Let's let these last two ride. And if this thing wants to bounce straight up, I'm going to just drag up these. I'll put one out here just in case. Put my next target up there, though. But yeah, for the most part, I'm going to just let these final two work for me. Let's see if it can get above VWAP, though. Thank you for sharing. You have good... Yeah. I'll cook you up, boy. I'll cross you up so fast. Do your parents know, Zooks? Have you told them yet? I can see where your mind's actually at. So my follow-up question to that is, have you told your parents yet? Can I give you a ban? Why would I do that? Okay, see, Lauren, yeah, I probably will ban you because you're either now trolling or you lack any ability to think in nuance. My question, how long have you been trading, is a problem, but how tall are you is not a problem. Again, it's not the question that I was ever complaining about. My joke about feeling like I'm in an FBI interview was not because of a question. It was because of the 3,000 questions you've already asked. So if you can't parse that out, you're either trolling or you totally lack any critical thinking ability. Like there's a big distinction between a question being the problem versus lots of questions being the issue. And it wasn't actually an issue. It was my first... What are you talking about? Huh? No, right here. You are break even? Question mark. How long have you been in the game? Question mark. Your feed is rhythmic? Question mark. Okay, so now you're just flat out trolling. Because that's, I mean, I just literally went back and looked, and that was definitely not your first question. Break even was not on you. Well, I assumed it was to me because you did not take anybody else. But, I mean, you did ask for a ban. I won't ban you, but I'll put you in timeout. Your wish is my desire. Here, there's 5 minutes for you. Let me know how the room smells. Sorry, Lauren. See? That's the probably. That's a probably. What time are we at? We're at 3.5 hours where my brain really starts to shut down. It has been, I've got a, like, in all honesty, I don't really like range trading. It's not my favorite thing to do. But holy smokes, if you are a range trader today, you're doing very well. I mean, this has been a great stream. I think I've only had one losing trade. Because, like, every single range just keeps holding. Now, if you are not a range trader, if you're like, no, I literally only trade trends. Whereas me, I'm like, hey, man, I'll trade trends. I'll trade ranges. Then, yes, today has been atrocious. But holy, I mean, it has respected one range after another. Call me, okay, I will do my best, but there are hundreds of people that I interact with on a daily basis, so remembering people's nicknames, I will try my best, but I don't make any promise that I'll remember that that's what I'm supposed to call you. It's been good except when I tried to arrange it this AM, when it went straight up for that period, yeah. I'm thinking about averaging into my short if we can get there. Thank you, Randy. Not allowed to leave during a ban. Sit it out. I'm almost starting to wonder if this is the same person. Like, we have never had multiple people ask for a ban in the same live stream, which is weird. So I'm putting on my tinfoil Speedo. My tinfoil Speedo says this might be the same person. Long at 025. Okay, I appreciate that. Callie? I don't know. Taurus? No, it's not people saying don't ban me. We've had several people be like, Clay, ban me. Is there a ban all button? The nuclear approach? Dude, that'd be kind of intense. Like, it just had like a plume, and like you knew that if you clicked it, it was like, are you, I'm sure a pop-up window would be like, are you sure you're prepared to ban the entire room? I don't trust it anymore. This seems too easy. Is it really this easy to just buy the yellow line here again? Is it really that easy? I don't think so. So I'm not buying. Hey, y'all's buy and sell are... Mine just completely froze. You might want to try logging out and back in again. You see a bull flag? No, not really. I mean, if I wanted to see one, I probably could see one. Like now I probably see more of a bull pennant. I guess it could be a bull flag. So yeah, now I see a bull flag, but like, there we go. Okay, see, not that easy. Just keep buying that yellow line. That just felt way too easy. I am interested in a long down here though. Oh, all right. So Torres, what was your previous name? You can stick around if you're honest and tell me what your previous name was. So you just created your profile today. So what was your previous name? If you're honest, you can stick around. Who were you beforehand? Are your yellow lines your pivot zones? No, they're just areas of support, or areas that I think were support. All right, that one's, see you later. Okay, here. Okay, now we're getting a little bit of, if I just buy there right now, that's totally catching a knife. Just wait for the breakout. Did you mean breakout or breakdown? Yeah, Tory started off with an actual trade plan. But they're back under a new... So, like... Again, just tell me who you were. Maybe you're trying to turn over a new leaf. And that's fine. But we got to start off this new relationship on an honest front. So what was your previous name? Okay, now you just lied. You 100%, why did you lie? You could have just been honest. Last try. Who were you previously? Okay, they're not going to be honest. See ya. See ya. They go. Looks like a consolidation for the downside. I don't know what you mean. So in my mind, this is what I mean by we're all a little different. To me, this has already had the downside, right? We had this sideways channel and it just broke to the downside. So like the consolidation for the downside has already happened. But I do understand you probably mean something totally different than that. So can we go down now, please? We kind of did. We already went down. How much? Okay, we got Mr. I won 150 points. Yeah, I'm jaded and jealous. The 100-point trade has evaded me. But Brian gets like 3 100-point trades a day. What ticker am I on? MNQ. I'm not trading stocks, by the way. Day trading stocks is garbage. Is garbage. Day trading options is even bigger garbage. Day trading Forex is even bigger garbage. Keyword there being day trading. Wait, so you didn't invest in stocks? I didn't say investing. I said day trading. Okay, here we go. Maybe. I think. Yeah. Yes, it's futures only. Why would you even want to trade Forex? Forex is... Here's something better. Here's something more exciting than day trading Forex. Going and finding some paint and then watching it dry. Okay, we're at that area. This is that former range. Is it really going to drop back inside of the range? If you're here earlier on the live stream, here's the former range that we were in for like 2 hours straight. Now we have a stop run. Okay, the dude has totally been here before. He knows every button to press of mine to try to rage bait me. Totally, Lauren, you have been here before. No way you have not been here before. I mean, you literally, you know every little button to try to press to get me to lose my mind. All right, let's see how it behaves right here. Might be interested in a long. Just a back test of the former channel. Okay, here we go. Maybe kind of, sort of. There we go. Let's go long. Oh, well, all right, never mind. Never mind. Now my risk profile is way too big. There's no such thing as a stop run. That's the point. It's just simply more sellers have shown up than there are buyers. That's it. It's supply and demand. There is currently more supply than there is demand. So the supply is seeking after demand. Right? That's all the auction is, or that's all the market is. It's an auction. And when people are looking to sell, they have to go find the buyers. And then at some point, people want to buy and there's not any sellers. They have to go find the sellers. So that's what's going on here. Right here, the buyers needed to start to find the sellers. That's why they're having to pay more and more and more and more and more. But I know. Talking about things as if there's all these magical, mystical things going on, that does create a better story than just saying it's going down because of XYZ, like cool, like Hollywood sounding type dynamic, as opposed to, well, no, there's more sellers than buyers right now. The human mind's desire to create drama is amazing. I ain't got time for a simple explanation. Surely it's got to be more than just that. We are on the 5-minute right now. We are right at the 50 period something moving average. So I'm watching. I'm thinking about a long, but I kind of want to see how this behaves. Well, yeah, I mean, today, you could call this kind of like a crash. But, like, relatively speaking, from 30 down to, like, this is a 40-point drop. Not exactly. Let me put it this way. 2 weeks ago, if you were to call 40 points a crash, somebody would be like, what are you talking about? That's like that small little doji candle there. There are never more buyers than sellers. No, there are definitely times where there are more buyers than sellers at certain price levels. Hence why I said they have to go find buyers. If there are people that want to sell 100 or that want to buy 100 apples for $10, but there's only 8 people that want to sell apples at that level, price level, then there are more buyers than sellers at that level. Hence, right, this is just, do I really have to, okay, you're gone. What a dent. Holy smokes. You know that somebody's either a total dent or they're just trolling if you find yourself needing to explain supply and demand to somebody. Hey, I think I did pretty good there at recognizing the trolling. I don't think that person suckered me in too much. I think I can still get better at recognizing the trolls. I can still get better, but I think I recognize that one pretty quick. Yeah, there's nothing I can do with stuff like this. Like when you're big red, and then all of a sudden a big green candle, like there's nothing I could have, for me personally, that I could have worked with to get long there. Now, had this come down here, given me a hammer candle, and then something like that, okay, that's a different situation. But like straight down, big red, and then big green, okay, yeah, there's nothing I can really do there. Now, I already put him in timeout. That was him back from timeout. I recognize his kind. He behaves a certain way and then plays the victim card. Like, wait, what? So, yeah. I'm out at 2,700, probably done for the day. Yeah. I don't necessarily blame you there. Upper hammer, you were going long. I'm not sure what you mean by upper hammer, you're going long. Yeah, no, he had already been put in timeout. Not to mention he was like, "Can you just ban me?" So I mean, he was already showing signs of being a troll. Anyways. To go long or not to go long down here? That's the question. Is it illegal to short the NQ? Not that I'm aware of. But I'm not a lawyer. Hey, Blackout, where have you been? So I suppose, in theory, some of us, myself included, are breaking the law by shorting these things. I don't think we are, but also, I'm not a lawyer, so better consult with your local legal professional. Working? All right, well, hey, those are some good trades. Guaranteed. It feels like Trump banned shorting the NQ for 3 weeks. Oh, I see. You're saying that. I gotcha. Sorry. Your joke went over my head. I get what you're saying. Yeah, it might be. It might be illegal now. I'm sorry. That totally... Your sense of humor went way over my head. Well, that might be the sign, folks. My sense of humor detector is broken. But hey, if you are enjoying the stream, if you want to help support the stream, as this is totally viewer supported, then code Clay with any of these prop firms is how you can make that happen. I recommend Take Profit Trader. I think that they're the king of the business. I like the most, but I do also realize that people are at different journeys in their prop firm, not at different stages in their prop firm journey. So maybe you're using multiple prop firms, but any of these prop firms, code Clay, all caps, will open up whatever the current promotion is. And like I said, it's a way for you to help support the stream and ensure that it continues, because to be very business upfront with you, got to use code Clay if you want the stream to continue. Someday, my goal is to maybe get some sponsorships. That way, it doesn't really matter if people use code Clay. because it'll still make business sense for me to do it. But as of now, we're not yet at that point. So like I said, if you want to help ensure something continues that you enjoy, then you can create some good win-wins for yourself, because not only are you winning from the you're saving money front, but you're also helping to support a stream that, like I said, you enjoy. So on your way out, I'm going to call it good here. Hit that like button if you have not yet. I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern at the very latest. Usually I show up early. So if you do want to know exactly when I go live, that's where hitting the subscribe button and turning on notifications will help you out there, because that will let you know when I am live. So that is all I have. I'm going to wave the white flag. Overall, a good stream as far as trades. Nothing huge, but with as choppy as it was out there today, if you played ranges, you got paid quite a bit. So take care. Hit that like button. Like I said, code Clay, all caps. Support the stream. Feed some hungry children. It all goes to a good cause. So take care, everybody. Have a good one.